very soon. Yeah.
We're going live.
Sounds good.
Hey guys, we're back from TwitchCon. I'm knocking my keyboard around already.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good
I
start.
apologize for not being here last weekend, but myself and Roland went to TwitchCon and had quite the fun time.
They got to enjoy all the spoils without us.
Yes.
And if you look for me in the D&D
I'm not
room,
mad.
I wasn't there because there was nothing going on.
Yeah, it was probably
Not
pretty
at
dry.
all.
Yeah.
Also, it was in this like hidden back hallway, and we went on a wild goose chase to find it. So
Which meant that other people would have to go on a wild goose chase to find it.
a lot of people didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
So that was kind of strange to me,
Yeah, that
but
sucks.
that's the way that it worked. So, so we are back officially.
Sure.
So a quick recap because it's been a while.
I might need the recap actually.
The party separated as they caught up with the cult caravan, but had to separate as a group of rangers came and collected Gorik to help him ferry Amber back to Fizzleboro. And upon the way, he decided that it was time to not really settle down, but put the anchor in the ground somewhere and get engaged. The rest of the party followed the caravan around Dragonsphere up to Daggerford, where they beat Sheiks, got past them, got to Waterdeep, and reported to the guards what was coming their way. The guards did seem to believe them quite a bit, took the accusations very seriously. But after that, they have not been contacted by any of the guards or any of the polices so far, but it's only been a day. Upon returning to Rin's childhood home in Waterdeep, Rin was confronted with his adopted father and his biological father, who disappeared 20 years ago. During this meeting, and the days that it took them to travel to Waterdeep, Gorik was on his way back, passed through Dragonsphere and Daggerford. In Daggerford, he found out that the cultists on the caravan had slaughtered and burned the bodies of all of the commoners that had been hired to drive. And instead of continuing north, the caravan took off to the east. So, the boys had a long night of drinking with Dad, reminiscing, figuring out what happened, where everyone was. But most of what had gone on and transpired over that last week was not sitting well with Ramsey. Ramsey decided that this is not the course of action he wanted to take. Plans that easily could have foiled the cults were bystepped for the life of one or two commoners, when in the grand scheme of things, taking a huge stab at the horde would probably save hundreds of lives. Ramsey also learned that Rin's father had been tracking the cult for 20 years, and he is one man, and they have his wife hostage, so he didn't get much accomplished. That too did not sit well with Ramsey, who then departed.
Good riddance.
Sorry.
So we pick
I'll
back.
miss third dad.
I miss third dad.
I'll miss him.
So we pick back up. It is morning at Kester's.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing what?
Rin definitely got up early. He is going back into the kitchen to either clean up from the night before or help prepare some food for the rest of the party, who will be rousing shortly.
So
But I can imagine Cass is probably already in there.
Yep. So as you come into the kitchen, you see that Carnan is still there, as he promised he would be in the morning. He looks like he's poring over. It looks like a couple maps, but mostly handwritten notes that he has from his journal, kind of sprawled across the table. He's very much puzzle working right now, trying to figure some stuff out. Kester is got a kettle on. You can smell the ground coffees. He's prepping food, but moves over as in you guys' typical fashion of you coming to help him make breakfast. He just kind of makes room.
Beautiful. I will greet them accordingly. I'll I'll say something along the lines of the lady smiles as she always does.
Real quick, what is Karnan an elf? Is he a human?
He's a drow.
Okay.
So,
I will join them at the furnace, I assume, some kind of a stovetop, and whatever it is, potatoes or eggs or something hearty.
so you do notice something strange this time, though. Kester usually has the furnace stoked with lots of wood and fires and stuff like that burning, but instead there are 4 red crystals sitting in the bottom of the oven, and they are giving off a substantial amount of heat, and that is what he's cooking with now.
Interesting.
You do see also that there is a small side satchel sitting on the counter, and it's got different colored crystals kind of divvied into their own little thing with a divider in each one.
Mm.
There is one empty space, but if you spatial awareness, you see that that's probably where those 4 go.
This some kind of new arcanum, Kess? I haven't seen anything like this before. Are they runic?
Kester gives a smile and he looks back at Karnan, and Karnan doesn't really look up from his notes. He kind of gives you a little bit of side eye and a smile, and he's like, "They're your mother's. She's a bit smarter than most of the mages I've ever met."
Interesting. Has she written about it anywhere? Are there notes that I could chase? Is this this is a really interesting bit of magic?
So you see Karnan kind of turns around and starts digging through some of his bags that he has stashed on the floor, and he pulls out. You've seen leather-bound road journals before.
Many times.
You
carry one.
have not seen one of this standard. He kind of balefully pulls it out too. It is inlaid with leather, but then there's glitter flecks in the face of the leather. It's very sparkly. It's got this heart on the top corner. You can see that was etched in by hand. And he kind of just reaches it out and hands it to you. And he kind of she kept you can figure it out.
Sure. Thanks. I appreciate it.
If
Gorik
you-
slides into the DM.
Hey, Kester. I know I just met you, but you happen to have crystals like that,
I don't have more than what Carr brought, and he's kind of gestures for me to can I see the book? He just holds his hand out, and he'll start flipping through, and he's like, she's got notes on how to find them and what tools you need. I can't read her handwriting. But you see you see Kester and Karnan both laugh. If you look at it, it's very intricate cursive writing.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
About what I expect.
What can I fix you up while you pour over those, Gorik? Anything sound good right now?
always. Just something to compliment. Maybe something. Oh, that's easy.
I will look through those intently, trying to figure out if I can glean any information,
Okay.
not for myself, but for Rin, of course.
Roll an investigation check.
Yes, we'll
Uh,
do that.
About now, Sriracha would pop in the kitchen as well.
Morning, sunshine.
Morning, Rin.
13.
13. Okay. You can read it at least. Make an Arcana check.
4, I want to say. No, 3.
You can read it. You can make out the letters, but God knows what the hell they mean.
Okay. These stones intrigue me now.
Would you like me to roll anything if I'm preparing food for everybody, or are we just assuming
You
that
can
it's
for
fine?
fun, but you've been doing this forever with Kester, so you probably know what you're doing.
I just wanted to make sure. I won't do it. I mean, I've got some pretty decent skill checks, but I think just leave it.
No, you've cooked breakfast with Kester so many times.
yeah, so I'll if time passes and nothing major goes on, I'll just prepare a few, small platters worth of food, probably some potato based like hash brown mixes rather. Uh, I don't know, eggs and some kind of vegetable mix up. I mean, I imagine that I'm bringing something to the table for anybody's tastes.
Just big old plates.
Probably going above and beyond what is necessary. We're going to be
course,
wasting a lot of this food, I'm sure.
While we're all sitting around eating breakfast, so I don't know about you guys, but I got some errands I should probably run while we're in a town for a little bit. What are you guys doing today? I need to go to the Oxford and Sons, and I need to go visit the Temple of Lathander and probably buy a few things. But
Oh, if you're headed that way, I actually need to go to Timora's temple as well. They're both in the castle ward. I could join you.
okay, be
I'd
awesome.
like to do some shopping as well while we're out. I mean, I suppose we might as well take advantage of the city while we're here.
My eggs are still being watched outside of the town, so I'll probably want to sneak them in or figure out something so they don't have to wait in the forest for me.
Yeah,
Are
I'll
they
have
dragon
to.
eggs?
Yeah,
don't
no,
think
not the dragon.
The Drake
Yeah,
eggs.
go on,
Sorry,
my man.
dragon blood. Sorry.
I'll,
I don't think you can take them in town.
well, I'll have to go.
Maybe
see
I'll just
Jumper.
be sleeping out in the forest while we're staying here. It might be the way of it. It doesn't really matter. I don't need these creature comforts.
Fair enough. Is
We also have to check on the investigation ongoing on our
the
cart.
cart?
Yeah, I we'll see if Ramsey ended up taking it. I don't know if you did or not.
Yeah, he
But,
left yesterday. I didn't get to say much to him.
Didn't
I'm
even get to say goodbye.
I'm so sorry about that. Still,
It's
right. Well,
okay.
why don't you do what you need to do, and I'll go check on the cart.
Okay. Before I leave, I'll pull out the medallion and the crystal thing that Ramsey left, and just kind of silently slide it over towards Rin.
And you do notice that like Karna was pouring over like notes and rumors he had written down and stuff like that, and he kind of like locks up, but he keeps working.
I'm so sorry. What is it that you pushed over the counter?
The little picture thing.
Picture thing. Oh, the
Medallion of
medallion.
crystal.
Okay, gotcha.
And Karnan, sorry for hitting you last night.
He like chuckles and he's like, "It's nothing I didn't deserve."
Fair enough.
He takes your words and he goes, all right, and he reaches his hand out to shake your hand. He goes, I understand. Knights have an honor, and I appreciate your apology.
All right. Hey, Rin.
Yeah.
Where's the nearest Oxford and Son?
There might be one just outside the trade ward. I'm not sure. I didn't really use them too much until after I left town.
Okay. Well, we can make our way towards the temples, and if we find one on the way, we find one.
Yeah, let's do that. Does anybody else fancy a walk, or you caught up here doing your thing? Addressing Castor and Karnan.
Oh,
I was like,
you see Karnan like, she's like, I've almost got these rumors figured out, but I'll be here when you get home.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I won't be gone long, I'm sure.
Kester, like, he starts, like, after breakfast passes, he, like, starts cleaning up. And he goes, I promised that I would make something today.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I won't get in your way. I know how you get when projects are on the line. I will prestidigitation any, like, small messes that can be easily accomplished.
Yeah.
I know he's just as well to be able to do that, but why not?
Just for fun. Use magic
Right.
to do the dishes.
I don't get to do it in real life.
oh, you
We
can
all
come
want
do
to.
my dishes if you want.
All right. Prestidigitation. That's the spell I want in real life now.
Yeah, seriously. So
Probably
many
most
practical
useful.
uses. So
Or
many-
wish. I mean,
Honestly.
just
Right.
I wish I had prestidigitation in my life.
Mhm.
No, wish will destroy
That's
you.
a waste
do
of a
wish.
wish.
That's a, yeah. That's a huge waste of a wish spell.
I'm kidding.
I wish I was a 20th level wizard. Boom. Sorry.
You get that and so much more.
Gorik, before you go out to the eggs, can you wait for me? I'd like to go see Jumper.
Oh, sure. Well, tell you what, I'll go check on our cart, and I'll meet you at the gates. Why don't I say?
Okay.
All right. So you guys go to the temple and the bank, and I'll take care of that, and we'll meet in the middle.
Sounds good. Break.
Oh, before I take off, just super quick note.
Yeah.
Cass, I know that when I was younger, you used to tell me stories about the family familiar Kiku. Do you still have that book anywhere? I kind of want to see if I can pick up how to work on that. I want to see if I could summon him again. I think that would be really cool to take him with me on a second journey.
He looks like, for a minute, he's like confident, proud, and then he's like, it's here somewhere.
No worries.
I'll
I mean,
add that up to my list today.
I think we'll be around town for a little while at least. Don't worry about it. I wanted to see if it was anywhere handy. I want to pour over it as soon as I can. Anyway, if that's nowhere, I'll leave you guys to your business. Yeah. And then he'll step out awkwardly.
I step out gracefully.
Yeah, probably a lot more so than me.
So does Sriracha. Flinging the hair back.
Does a hair flip on his way out. Alright, we'll just go clockwise. Bryn, what is your... Is everybody leaving together, or is everybody kind of parting?
I think we're sort of splitting off. It's
We're
going to be Ian and Sriracha together, and
Yeah.
then Gorik is going to head elsewhere, it sounds like.
Alright, so we're gonna start clockwise. We'll go with Bryn.
Okay. Well, I guess just for the sake of the narrative, it doesn't really matter mechanically speaking, but since I have that background feature, City Secrets, theoretically, am I taking Sriracha through at double speed or whatever to
Yeah, I kind of love
to
it.
go through, just for the sake of saving daylight?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the first thing is that we're going to try to find an Oxford and Sons for him. And while I guess that's on our way to the castle ward, but if I pass by any shops that I think I can get some equipment, then I'd like to try to do that.
Well, you're in the trades ward. It's very, very possible to do all of that here. So as you're ducking and diving through like certain little alley cutoffs and things like that, where you know that you can avoid most of the crowd in the city and things like that, or this street's a little more trafficked this day, so let's go around the building. You see various menus, armories, trinket shops, bookstores. There's like an herbal store, a little setup. There's also little like market stalls set outside.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I guess to start with, I will look for, ironically, just like a bag of flour. Like, is there like a grocer anywhere that I could just be like,
You can probably go. There's like a baker stall. She's got like pies out front. There's like a fishmonger next to her. They seem to be chatting away and having their good time. You get the sense that they have worked stall by stall for many years and have
Sure.
decided to become friends.
okay, beautiful. Yeah, I'll approach the baker first off and just see what their wares are like at the moment.
And as you approach, she goes, "Oh, honey, you're so thin. Oh, let's get you some pastries.
Yeah, that
There's
sounds
no
delightful. Why
skin on
not?
the bones." And she comes and she's got this like platter tray. And there's like bear claws and like wraps, and they've got like jellies and donuts and all fun stuff. And she just kind of starts shoving things at you.
Oh, jeez.
She's like,
Uh,
"Oh, come on, we gotta fatten you up. There's no winter's coming. We need to get some meat on that bones. Come on, come on."
You're so generous. This is amazing. You're spoiling me.
Yeah, they're 3 copper apiece. Come on, come on. Come
Oh,
on.
3. Oh, man. Oh, I'm gonna be so fat by the time I leave.
She goes, "That's
You know
the
what?
plan. We'll get you nice and warm all winter."
I want to buy just a loaf of bread from her.
And it's like when you come up, she goes, "Oh, I have the perfect thing for you. Now, do you want sourdough? Do you want wheat? Do you want rye? What would you like?" Rye will really bring out that golden locks. It's got a lot of
What
good
goes
fibers
really
in it.
good with meat?
Oh, I've got a nice thick hearty wheat. So she'll bring up this like loaf of wheat bread that's almost like it's a dark brown. It's very hearty bread.
I'll actually take a loaf of wheat, rye, and sour bread or sourdough.
Man,
One
So
of each.
she's like,
great.
"Awesome! Those are 5 copper apiece."
What?
Okay.
She
Yeah,
slings
what-
them out and she like bundles them up all nice. And
I regret not being there so much
she's
right
very
now.
quick with like the tying of like this nice little cloth wrap.
Okay. Well, I mean, thank you. That's what's your name? My name's Benjamin.
She goes, "Mary Ann Baker." Ironic, ain't it?
A little bit, but I like it.
And she presents you the bread, but also like so she's got the knot in one hand and like her other hand's over top.
Yeah, I'll give her the money and take the bread.
I was gonna say Rin accommodates, but it's fine.
Oh, you have a good day. And you know, if you ever need to pack on those carbs, get that workout going, you know where to come.
Thank you, Mary.
Mary, I have to say, I wasn't actually expecting to get any pastries while I was here. I have kind of a strange question for you. Do you have any spare bags of flour or
Oh, we
anything
don't have
that
spare
you-
bags of flour, but we got flour for sale.
Oh, if it's for sale, I'd love to buy some off you.
So it's going to be 10 copper for a whole bag. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
I only sell whole bags. All right.
That's perfect. I'll take it.
And she presents it on the counter, but again, like she sits it on the counter, pushes it forward, and then her hands kind of turn.
Okay. Actually, I'll take a bear claw too while we're at it, just because you.
Oh, I knew it. And she like reaches over to like pinch your cheek a little bit.
Fair enough.
She goes, "Oh, see, there's
Everyone-
nothing. It's just skin."
Remember, we're doing 1 to 100 as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
1 to 100. Okay.
That threw me off for a second.
Yeah.
When she reaches out to pinch his cheeks, Sriracha's gonna step back.
Oh, shit.
No, never mind. She goes, "Oh, don't you worry, Goldilocks. You got too much meat there. I couldn't grab nothing."
I will happily present her with. Was it 3 for
It's
the bear
like
claw, 10 for
13,
the?
yeah.
Yeah. So 13. I'll give her a silver.
And she goes, "Oh, bless your heart." And she like grabs it and like pulls it straight to you, and then you see it like slip into the like the coin purse she has like tucked right there.
I love it. Okay. Awesome.
She goes, "Now, if you be wanting anything, Sarah Ann has some pretty good fish for sale right now."
Actually, I might consider it. At the moment, I'm gonna have to take off. I'm afraid we have other plans, but it's nearby. I'll definitely come back. I promise.
Okay, she doesn't believe you,
Fair enough.
but she doesn't show it on her face.
I will let them know that they should have a beautiful day. As we keep moving. I will throw the sack of flour over my shoulder and then lean over to Sriracha and be like, "Why didn't you ever tell us your name was Benjamin? It's the first time I've heard it."
I like to go by Sriracha,
Fair enough. I won't push it on you.
but telling
understand,
people my name is Sir is really weird, and I can't just use my last name.
Yeah.
You know.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess I can't judge. I haven't used my real name in my entire life.
Your name's not Red.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, we're gonna-
Insight check.
yes. So the next thing, unless we would like to move on to the next person, go one at a time.
We can switch.
I want to
it.
try and figure out what your fucking name is, but you're not going to tell me. So
Yeah, I haven't
Do I have
DM'd it
these-
to him yet.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I made a decision. I'll talk about it. In
You asshole.
the...
I'm
Or
going to
simple
hold
under
person on
duress.
you until you tell me.
Fair enough.
Next.
Okay,
Are we
so we'll
doing
go
next,
to
or are we
we'll
doing-
go, we'll go
Okay.
to Gorg for a little bit.
Yeah.
Gonna Kielson is ready.
Okay, Gorg, where are you headed off to?
Well, I am headed off to the where our cart was being combed over. I'd like to see if I can find that wee little dwarf friend of mine that seemed to be looking into it.
Forgot about
As,
that guy.
as you come up, it's still very early in the morning, and the personality you got from that man is it's probably not an early riser. But you do see his equipment and his gloves are there. The cart has been pulled apart on one side, put back together on the other side. It looks the same, just like it should be. The only reason that you know that it's been pulled apart and put back together is that was the side that was off yesterday. But everything is chained and locked down. There are guards standing all around the cart.
I walk up to the guard that's next to the door. If there is one next to the door.
So it's like in an open field.
The door of the cart. Yeah.
They don't let you get that close.
That's hey. Are you guys done finished with the cart a little bit?
We have a mandatory ongoing investigation revolving this cart, sir.
We know. Yeah, it's my cart. I would know.
You were not with the people that dropped it off.
Okay. Continue.
And if you are the owner of the cart, then you may appreciate the fact that I'm not letting anyone buy it.
I do appreciate that fact, except for the fact that you're stopping me from getting by it. So my only question
That's
to
my
you,
job.
I know. My only
Yeah.
question to you is how long the investigation will take.
Well, it depends on if we find anything or not. If we don't find anything,
Sure.
then we'll probably have it put together back tonight. If we
Okay.
find anything of suspicion, then it may take a few days. The matron will gonna have to come down and investigate it.
You won't find anything. It's fine. There's nothing to find.
That's
I'll
for
see
us
what
to
you do.
figure out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's
Yep. It's kind of our job.
good guard dog, aren't ya?
Yep.
So I'll see you
Little
tonight,
ankle
you
biter.
sweet thing.
Yep.
Little sweet thing. I'll see you later. And do tell the dwarf that's so much more competent than you all. When does he come in?
When he's done drinking, the more competent one. When he's finished all of his alcoholism and smoking tendencies and off with hookers, the one that's far more competent than me. When he comes back, yeah, he comes back
It's-
when he wants to.
It's a shame that he's still more competent even after
Mm,
all that.
mm,
But I do wish y'all a good day standing here.
mm,
in
mm,
this,
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to leave
Yeah.
now, sir.
hey,
Thank
I'll
you.
do that.
Under my authority as a watchman of Waterdeep, I'm gonna have to ask you to back up, sir. Have a good
That
day.
I'll do.
Have a
That
good day.
I'll do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the gate.
So if you go to the gate, they are stopping people and checking people as they come.
I'm just
turning
waiting.
Their phone down.
Keep my eyes open. See if I see anything suspicious. Like
you
it's trying to get in.
you don't see anything suspicious. They're pretty much bag checking. They're pretty much bag checking anybody coming in, but those who are leaving are pretty much free to go because they can't obtain anything that they shouldn't have in Waterdeep. So you are free to leave if you so wish, unless you're just staking out for a while.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Waiting for them.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You're waiting for Sriracha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Rin too.
So we're gonna switch back to Ren and Sriracha then.
Is there anything you want to take over in our?
No, just whenever we get to the Oxford and Sons. Oh shit, Rin, I forgot to say I would like to find a library while I'm here.
Oh, there's plenty of those. Most of those, well, most of them, I don't know. A lot of the nobility own them up on the north side of the city. There might be one in the castle ward. I can't remember. I usually only use Kester's books for the most part, but yeah, I'll try to help you find one if I can.
All right, that's cool. And while we're on the way, we can talk more about names.
Well,
Fun, silly, made-up names.
yeah, I guess if you're really that curious, it's yeah. I didn't know my name until yesterday, so that's why I didn't give it to you. It was
well,
so it's kind of a weird situation, right? So when they left me here, when that happened, they saw it
No
fit-
shade.
they saw it fit to change my name as well so that there was no association. right? Or at least that's what Kester would always tell me. So I guess they kind of like collaborated and like renamed me. I don't know if it was Kester that did or if it was the rest of them, but yeah, Rin is, I mean, it's technically not my name. It's just what I identify as, if there's no other way of putting it.
Interesting. Well, I'm sorry to have pried, but
I mean, it's not a secret per se. It was a secret from me, you know. But now that I know, I guess it's not really like a big deal that you know.
okay.
Anyway,
So-
if we're looking to find, go ahead if you were going to say something.
I was just gonna say, so what is it?
It's well, so my last name is Sagan. That much I think I knew before, but I think my mom named me. My name is Varen, I guess. I don't know anything about it, but it's I mean it kind of worked out because even if I went by that name, I could still be Rin, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, for shortening things. Names are a weird thing. I feel like I could just be like Rick if I wanted to. You know, there's like it's not me.
While we're talking, I'm gonna like kind of slow down a little bit, so I'm like behind you and out of your peripherals, and hopefully without you seeing,
18
I'm gonna
passive
take out a.
perception.
I will sleight of hand this shit.
I love you.
I'm gonna pull out my journal that none of you have hopefully seen by now. Flip to the second page and with a piece of charcoal, just scratch out Rin and write Varen.
Make a stealth check.
If you want to, yeah.
First
some kind of
first
like-
roll with this dice, and it's a natural 13 with nothing to sleight of hand or
Okay,
stealth.
so when
What are
you
you
see
writing back
him
there?
pull out, yeah.
Nothing. Put it
Okay.
away silently.
Fine. I mean, shit, I have a journal too. If you guys don't know anything about it, it's okay. Sorry for prodding.
You're fine, you're fine.
Well, I guess while we're walking, just so I know what to be on the lookout for, what kind of book are you looking for? Like, is there a certain library that might have?
I don't know. I'm looking for more information on this cult and whatever they're trying to summon. See if there's anything that's there that we can use against it.
Might also be in the Castle Ward. I know that's typically a place of lore. It's a place of all kinds of things, but I think maybe the Black Tower. Well, no, we probably shouldn't mess with the Black Tower. That's scary.
Yeah, go to the Black Towers.
Yeah. There may be a couple libraries in the area that have something on that, but I also know that dragons aren't exactly the city's favorite thing, so it might be kind of hard to get access to that. I don't know.
All right. Well, if we find something, we do. If we don't,
Okay.
we don't.
Yeah, I'd be happy to keep my head on a swivel.
Also, Rin would know that there, at the size of Waterdeep, there's probably like 35 Oxford and Sons.
I'm just
speckled
kidding. I know where
throughout.
all of those are. I know where every one of them. I've just been playing this whole time.
Well, with your city
No, I'm-
secrets,
I'm just teasing.
Mr.
Yeah,
18 perception.
what does that mean?
Pal.
Yeah. Then I assume that I would have been leading us in the direction of one of them, if that's the case,
I'm hoping so.
for the
Oh.
sake of expediency.
Yeah, so you guys come across the corner, and as he leads you through another alley to avoid another like gaggle of crowd members, you do see there is another. It's a very ornate building this time. Last time when you guys were in Scornable, it was kind of ramshack, mostly wood, had a construct attendee. This one, as you guys come up, it's very ornate, whitewash walls. It's got like brick siding and like paneling. And at the front desk, you see that there is a human, not a construct.
Man,
Hell yeah.
you're representative.
All right. Just kind of walk up. Hello.
Oh, welcome to Oxford and Sons. How can I help you?
Just seeing if there's any mail for Sir Benjamin Acha.
All right. Just to verify who you are, I'm going to ask you to stand there real quick. And she claps her hands, and Rin, with the amount of time you spent in the city, you know she is casting Zone of Truth.
Okay.
And as she does it, she like kind of narrows her eyes to like check to see if Sriracha is fighting the Zone of Truth at all.
No.
He goes, "Will you please state your name?"
Sir Benjamin Acha.
Okay. And she like pulls it back in, and she goes, "All right, let me check my files." And she disappears from the window for a minute. She goes to the back, and you hear her state your name again. And then
Oh,
she waits for
do
a
I say
minute.
it?
No,
Oh.
she states it to somebody in the back. And if you peek around the corner, you can see she's speaking to a construct.
it's like a construct.
Incredible.
And then after a
Fantastic.
few moments, the construct produces a little parcel of paper, and she brings it back, and she goes, "You have one letter today. Here you are.
Okay. Thank you.
Postage has been paid, so enjoy your day."
Oh, okay. You too. Bye. Does it say anything on the outside?
No, it is Blake on the outside.
Okay. Can I open it and read it?
So as you open it to read it, it is very structured handwriting, very legible. It's addressed from your mother. And
Okay.
explains that she has received a writ from Governor Nighthill expressing his gratitude for Sriracha's actions, and she writes Sriracha like it was emphasized the way that it was spoken. Actions, and explaining how you were knighted in Greenest, and that Nighthill had sent them a placard shield to hang on their mantle. And then
Okay.
it's about 4 or 5 paragraphs of expressing how proud she and your father are.
Okay. I'm just gonna fold it up neatly again and tuck it away. And actually, no, I'd put it in my bag. Yeah. Actually, in the journal I had.
While you were reading that, Rin was like holding his mask out to like block the letter from any passerbys. That way no one could be snooping in your business. Because it was just opened out in the street here, and he doesn't want that to be like, he doesn't know what's on it, so he's just like being careful about it. Anyway.
Oh, next errand?
Get what you were looking for?
Yeah, I wasn't
Not my
really
business. I don't mean
looking
to.
for anything. It was
Oh,
no, it was just a letter from my parents just saying how proud they were of me for what we did for Greenest.
Damn.
Must be nice.
It's nice to know they're okay. Yeah, this is
That's okay.
I'm sorry. So the temples.
You're allowed to have parents, you know, right? Like you're not like rubbing it in or anything. I just wanted to make sure that you knew you're not like insulting me. It's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, to the temples though. If are we in any kind of rush? I mean, I don't.
No,
Other than getting back to Gork, of course, but
Yeah.
that much doesn't need to be said.
he only had one thing to do, so he might be waiting for a minute.
I'll be sitting there actually if we time slice back or whatever. If you guys are going to go do something else, I'll be trying to make some money by gaming a dice set with anyone that walks by.
Are you doing that in sight of the guards?
No, because you asked that question.
He's a roguey boy.
Amazing.
Of course he's not.
I would have had you not said anything.
She's helping you out.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I am not gambling within sight of guards. Heavens no.
I don't know. I mean, could be cool around here. You never know.
It does seem like everybody coming in and out of the city is in wanting to get away. But if you're really, really hard about looking, you can probably hide in an alley and psst somebody over to see if they want to entice in a game of dice.
Are you a
Right.
cop? No. You have to tell me if
You
you're
have
a
to tell
guard
me.
at
I was
the
about to say
bar.
that. You have to tell me.
Yes, I'm going to attempt to play some dice.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm good at those, I think. Yes! Oh my god, I'm good at those.
Oh damn, I'm good at those too.
24.
All right. right.
What's your
Mm.
bonus?
Those.
+9.
Oh fuck, mine's a +6. I thought that was.
Yeah. It's one of the things I have expertise in, is why.
Oh, I don't have expertise, so
You
It's
do
that
find a guy.
No,
He
it's
kind of side eyes, looks you down, and then kind of like sidesteps into the alley, just kind of disappearing from the crowd. He goes, "You playing pairs? What you playing?"
Yeah. Whatever game you want, let's do it.
And what's your stakes?
That's a fantastic question. I'll let you know.
one gold buy-in minimum.
Oh, minimum. No, we're gonna do more than that. This is my first time using this character sheet. Sorry. I know money is somewhere though. Oh, here we go. How about 5 gold? What do you see?
5 buy-in, 10 pot.
Well,
Sounds
10
good.
pot with the 2 of us, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
5 buy-in each.
Alright. So get yourself 5d6.
I think I have that many of them. I have 5d6.
Very nice.
Give him a roll.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Thanks, dude.
Don't roll like me.
I'm keeping that. No, I'm not. Should have though. That's not good. That's 8, 10, 12, 13.
Oh no. Do you have any pairs?
Yes, I have 1 pair.
Okay. What do all your dice say?
5, 3, 2 2s, and a 1.
So
Oh,
I've
okay.
got 2, 3, 5, and 2 6s. So he rolled
Oh.
double 6, 5 high.
Jeez.
Ouch.
Yeah, that hurts.
Oof.
So he's like, all right, 5 gold, please.
And of course, I hand it to him. And he's like, "You don't mind me asking what you do for a profession? You seem to be good at the dice."
He goes, I'm not good at dice. I'm good with Timora. And he like, have a nice day, sir. And gets up and like starts to saunter off with his 5 gold heavier purse.
He said, I don't have what." I
I'm
asked
not
him what his
I'm not
I'm
good
not
with
good
the
at
dice. I'm good with Timora.
The lady smiles yet again.
cheating bastard. Okay. Using the gods on your side. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just salty.
That was hard to do over, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
You want to see the other dice, because that's part of the fun. Okay, so we'll switch back to Sriracha and Rin.
Do we want to expedite my other equipment buying just for the sake of not taking up time, or would you rather that we go through?
I mean,
Fine.
that's up to you. If you would
Okay.
like to, if you would like to expedite it, we can do that. A commission earring is going to be like 5 copper for a marble.
Okay.
It's nothing.
Okay.
That's a trinket in Waterdeep. It's not nothing.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, yeah. So I would like to get Daniel's marble made into an earring. I'd also like to get my ear pierced. I don't know if that's
It's gonna
something
be
I
another
do.
5
or they
gold.
do. That's fine.
They'll do it at the parlor.
Let me just do my gold while we talk about this here. Okay, so that was 5 gold.
You gave me an equipment list earlier. If you want to just
I did.
subtract that from your gold, we're gonna do basic PBH standard.
I would like to do that. I would also like to get a scimitar, if I may.
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
So I'll do that as well.
and then you do know with your street work that there is a library that may contain something about dragons. It's a little back alley, but it's more back towards Kester's house.
Okay. Okay. So we'll I'll just remember that for when we come back around to return to his place. For now, I'm gonna take Benjamin over to Lathander's place.
Okay.
I had to be
So-
snarky about it. I'm gonna call you something different every time I refer to you.
Sriracha, as you guys start to return towards the temples and things like that, you recognize the path. It was the one that you took last night. And the hall itself is very different in the hours of the morning. It's very reflective. There's gold trim. It's an ivory building. It is marbled. It is glorious and shining. in the daylight. Much as yourself.
Place looks a lot better in the daytime.
Oh, you ended up coming here yesterday, did you?
Yeah, just kind of wandered, and then you sent your message and spent a few hours here, and then I came back to you guys.
Glad the message did some help.
Thank
Um,
you.
I hope you were able to find whatever piece you need, but I guess we're here again. So,
Yeah, I just need a little bit more, but
sure.
I should only be a few minutes. You go to your thing, I'll do mine. We'll meet back here in a minute.
Sure. Yeah. Do you not want me to wait? Is this something that?
No, I need to ask them a few questions. And
Okay.
do a
Yeah,
little
sure.
prayer.
You're an adult. I won't bother you. Sure.
I'll make my way up the steps or into the place.
Rin's gonna double back before he gets totally away and be like, "Do you know where Timora's is? I might be a minute. I would just want to make sure, or at least how to get back to Kester's. I mean,
I'll get back to Kester's.
okay, all right. So just in
Ooh.
case I'm not out here,
Actually, did you want to go see Jester? I'll probably just meet up with Gorik afterwards. And,
yeah, I can go back to Kester. Sure.
okay.
Sure.
So,
That's right.
Sriracha, as you approach the Temple of the Xander, there is actually a really nice garden city outside on either side of the wall, or of either side of the door. And
Mhm.
as you come up, there is an older woman who is sitting on one of the benches. And as you start to walk up, she kind of picks her head up. She was like wearing a hood to kind of hide her eyes from like the direct sun. And as you come up, she like pulls her hood back to reveal her full face. She's got very grayed and silver hair, but it falls in like nice spirals. And as she sees you, she gets a little more excited, and she like gets up. She's got her little cane, and she holds her hand out. She goes, "I've been waiting for you."
For me, who am I?
And she
Ooh.
pops two hands on the cane, and she walks towards you. She goes, "If I believe correctly, you are Benjamin."
Yeah, it's true. Who might you be?
She goes, "I am Francine. Come on." And she like turns towards the doors, and she like starts to push them in. It's a little hard for her to like get them open, but she kind of like cracks it a little bit. And like as she's like walking in, you can start hearing her cane like click on the marble flooring, and she starts talking and kind of rambling to you. And she goes, "Last night I had a dream. It was very nice, very pleasant dream, but I was told to come here in the morning, and I was to meet the man with long hair." She just starts this like very, very old lady ramble. I don't know how else to describe it. She's
That's fine.
yeah. Oh.
It's kind of adorable, but yeah.
And she walks straight up through the pews, straight up to the altar of the sun. And she clicks her cane, like she stands up a little bit, she clicks her cane against the symbol of the sun on the podium. And she goes, "We've been hearing a lot about you. Just a couple of us speakers, but we've been hearing."
Speakers?
She like takes this long sigh and kind of like and like moves to like sit on like the edge of the stage that the podium is on. And she goes, "We are the ones that have the dreams. We are the ones that are told. I don't have an answer for you yet." And she'll like prod her cane at you a little bit. She looks very excitable, like she's very glad to see you, but
Okay.
she's old and tired. So she's, "Yes, we haven't heard the answer about you yet, but we've been hearing about you. So, what are you here for today?"
Well, I gotta be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing for Lathander. I travel and I use his name, but
No. You're gonna. It's the dragon, and you'll bring the new dawn.
excuse me?
And she She
The new
looks at you
dawn.
kind of scornfully and she goes, "You say it. You say it proud. You're going to kill the dragon and bring the new dawn.
I'm going to kill the dragon and bring the new dawn.
With fervor!" And she like prods you with her cane.
I'm going to kill the dragon and bring the new dawn.
She goes, "That sounds like a Knight of Lathander."
What dragon?
Don't know. Wasn't part of the dream.
And seeing you are quite confusing.
That's the life of a speaker. We
I
have
suppose.
conversations with nobody and we're supposed to explain it to others.
Well, given that information,
I
think
love
you're doing
Dungeons
a
and
fantastic job.
Hmm.
So you said you don't have the answer, but what is the question if not me?
Ooh.
You said it yourself a moment ago. Who am I?
Hmm.
Did you miss that I gave you your answer? And like playfully, she's gonna like tap the side of your shoe with her cane. She's very excited that you're here, so she keeps kind of like prodding you a little bit.
That's fine. She's not a threat, so I don't care.
No. No.
That's
Her strength mod is like -5. Okay,
That's
like
fine.
no.
mine's like +5. I just
It's fine. I
fighting
can
over-
crush you.
Contested
Oh,
strength, she wins. Sorry.
Nat
um,
20s happen.
Well, while I have you, what can I do to better my connection to Lathander? I feel like I don't do much to him besides ask for help. I haven't given him anything in return.
She crunches and she furrows her brow a little bit, and you see her eyes kind of go blank for a second, just like she's not here.
Okay.
And she stays like that for a very long while.
I'll if like a minute passes, I'll just sit down, honestly.
Oh, it's gonna be like 5 or 10. But you can see that her eyes. I don't know how to say this. Her eyes are somewhere, but they're not here.
Okay.
She's looking somewhere, but it's not at the floor in front of her. And she stops and she goes, "Since you left your home, how many lives have you saved? How many people have you brought to the light?"
I couldn't count them.
So you haven't done anything for Lathander? Nothing? Nothing at all?
Hmm.
Suppose you're right. Those were all accidents.
She goes,
the
"You
right place at the right
pouty
time."
little paladins. You think that you do nothing. You save an entire village. And that's not enough for Lathander. Your existence is enough to make him happy. And you're out here fighting a war.
You make some good points.
I'm going to continue being insecure though.
I guess I found what I need here.
Mhm.
Unless you possibly have anything else to offer me.
What else can you give me?
She shakes her head a little bit. And she goes, "You'll find your answers on your own. But that's not dismissing you. That's a promise, Gold Hair."
Okay. Do I feel like she has anything left to talk about, really?
No, and it looks like she might fall asleep on the step.
Francine, let me help you back home. I don't know how good you are at walking, but you look like you're about to pass out.
I am home.
Fair enough.
She chuckles a little bit. She goes, "I'd love to see the pastor try and move me."
stay safe, Francine. Thank you.
As long as the sun rises.
All right. I'll make my way out.
Rin.
Yes. My thing is actually pretty simple. I imagine it going by pretty quick. I'm looking for some kind of a brazier or a fire source of some kind that I can essentially say a prayer over, if I may. And if there's
Right.
designated
And then-
spaces for that kind of thing.
If you're going into
Um,
the Temple of Timora, there are.
Okay.
There
Yeah,
are
I
nail
would-
pedestals and things like that. Yes.
I would love to do that. I don't know if actually Rin's probably pretty timid about the situation. He's gonna wander in and kind of look around and see if he needs to like wait to be seated or if there's any kind of
Timora's temple is a little bit different than the Thanders. As
right.
you enter Timora's temple, there's not as many like pews. Nobody really gives sermons in the name of Timora.
Right.
But there is a shrine in the back dedicated to her where people leave small gifts, and you can see that it has accumulated vastly. No one moves them
hmm
because it is unlucky to move something from a shrine of Timora.
hmm
So it just builds and builds and builds. It's kind of become a pile of gifts, and there's like stuffed animals, jewelry, gold, letters, flowers, just so many gifts for Timora.
It's bad luck,
Um,
Orc.
But all around the room, there are tiny prayer pedestals where you can kneel down and sort of speak, quote unquote, with Timora. There are braziers lining the hall and things like that. It is relatively empty. Unfortunately, most patrons of Timora are gamblers,
hmm
and it's very early in the morning still.
Perfect. That is the lack of crowd that I was looking for, actually. I don't have anything to offer her other than gold, so I'll just take 5 gold pieces and like a stack all face up, and I'll just leave that anywhere that I could find a space for it up on her.
Plenty of spaces.
Okay, perfect. And then he has he pulls out his journal, and I'm not actually going to do it in real life, but he tears out a page, and he goes over to one of the braziers and pulls out some sealing wax that he had in his bag, and tries to orchestrate getting it to melt. I don't know if that's even going to be possible considering the circumstances. I forgot to buy a tool, but
I mean, you can just like wheel the wax
it's
around in the
kinda-
fire.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. It might not be beautiful, but I'll try anyway. And I'm going to read the letter out loud for the stream, but it's actually just what is written on it. He's not actually saying anything. He's going to seal the letter, or attempt to seal the letter. I don't know if you want to give me a skill roll or if it's
No.
even necessary, but
Not in the House of Timora.
when he gets the wax over the letter and seals it, he's going to take another gold coin and use that to be the seal itself, the emblem. And the letter itself just says, it's like a written prayer, basically, that he's going to be burning to cast to Timora. It says, and now after everything, I know this. There's a reason I'm here, and that reason is bigger than I am. So I'll carry on with great faith beyond what I can see. I ask for great courage to support my journey. If my good lady will accept it, I hereby offer to rebuke my birth-given name of Varen Sagan in order to carry your mantle with humility. I ask to service your great name as a distributor of fortune at your behest. I pray that my arrows path true to your will. From now until you see it fit, your humble servant, Osarin Kira. And then when he seals that up, he's just going to drop it into the fire and just essentially let the coin be the last thing that remains when it
So-
burns away.
As you watch the letter burn away and come to nothing but the metal, you hear a clatter on the ground behind you by the door.
Oh,
And if you turn to look,
I
you
surely
can
do.
hear it. It sounds like a coin is rolling. almost spiraling and spinning, and it wobbles and wobbles and wobbles and wobbles and stops right in the entrance of the door.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go up to that and see what's going on. Is it?
As you look down at it, it is a similar gold piece heads up on the floor.
Beautiful. Yeah. I will don my mask and draw my hood and then return out into the streets of Waterdeep with that.
Are you taking with that, or are you taking the coin?
I won't take the coin simply because I think it's bad luck. I think it's bad luck if you take it.
If it's
All right, I'll take the coin. It rolled out.
if
That,
it's
that
face
seems.
up, I don't think so. But I don't
um,
know anything about Timora. So.
Yeah, I don't want to misrepresent her. I hope I'm not misrepresenting her by picking it up.
So as you pick it up, it doesn't feel wrong to pick it up,
Okay.
and as you turn it over, the other side also has a head on it.
Beautiful. I was gonna prestidigitation one that had 2 heads. That's even better. Awesome. Yeah, I will leave that in one of my many pouches, just an empty one, separate from any other currency that I have. And I would assume that is probably a much quicker venture than Sriracha had. I don't know if I'll be back at Lathander's temple in time to meet him
He
there.
had to have a conversation with old lady, so probably.
Okay, so I'll wait out front for him if I may, and I'll just be probably looking something like a peddler. I'll just go like sit down by the temple, and just wait for him to come out.
Sir Acha.
I can't remember. Was there a statue in front of the Temple of Lathander? Or no?
Not this one.
No, okay. That's fine. I was just gonna look at it. Anyway, probably come out of the temple and see Rin and just walk up to him and, hey Rin, thought you were gonna go to Timora. Why are you still here?
Quick trip. I think she heard me, what she needed to hear at least. So I thought I'd come back.
Well, that's good. I'm happy to hear that for you.
Did you get what you needed in there? You were in there for a few minutes. I've been outside for probably 10 now.
Yeah, I'll just look back and I think so.
I'm sure you did. These people are good.
I will kill the dragon and bring the new dawn. That's what I got. Don't know what it means, but
a real dragon? Like one of the copper ones?
She didn't tell me.
Huh. Okay.
I had a really nice old lady named Francine. She's really weird, but she's really nice.
Just out of curiosity, am I familiar with Francine at all? Just if she's been with the temple for a long time?
Probably not by name.
Okay.
If you were to describe the old woman, you would probably recognize her as someone you've seen from the street, but probably not by name.
Okay. I just wanted to check. Great. I'm glad to hear that someone was able to help you out. I know it's not always the easiest to be talking to the sky, it seems.
Don't I know it.
But the sun keeps rising, they say.
I'll make sure that it does.
I like that.
I feel like Gorik's probably been waiting a while. I want to make my way to him. What's the quickest way?
I know probably 6. Let's go this way. I'll take you through the dock ward.
All right.
Don't look anybody in the eyes.
You're going to the dock ward.
Around the dock ward.
Oh, you're going to the dock ward.
Narrowly around, yes.
I mean, why not just go straight on the docks?
It is a beautiful harbor. Have you ever seen Deepwater Cove?
Have I ever seen Deepwater Cove?
No.
You wouldn't forget it.
No, I have not.
I'm going to send a quick message to Gorik and say, hey, I don't know. I mean, I know you said you were waiting on us. That's a lot of words. We'll be at the dock ward. If we're not going to stay long. It's just a quick detour.
I can respond, right?
Yeah, it's ascending. Sorry, I should have said that out loud.
Somehow you get
accent through Cindy.
It's
You
a
do
miracle.
actually, 'cause
yeah,
it's
I think you do.
telepathic.
It sounds exactly like
He
that voice.
says, "Well, it's too expensive for me to just wait here. I'll meet you over there."
Reynard,
Ah,
you
we're
find
bringing him in.
yourself coming off yet another boat. You have heard rumors from the south that Waterdeep was full of crime, women to save, young plucky adventurers who go out and kill dragons. And as you find yourself coming off the boat in the dock ward of Waterdeep, and you are able to, at the top of the boat ramp, look into the crowd,
mm.
you can see a gleaming pillar of a man. He has long, golden flowing hair, a shining and beautiful breastplate with the symbol of the sun. His cape is the symbol of a town. You can't recognize which one, but if you have ever heard rumors of a knight, these are the rumors you have heard, all painted into one stoic picture.
So cool.
I polish my rings on my ring mail thing and fluff it up and fluff my feather. For anyone that doesn't know, I'll describe Reynard real quick. He is a
And you can do so when you get to the adventurers, and you
Oh,
can
when
tell them
we-
what they see.
Sure.
when we wander up to him.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well then, I will say. Are we docked yet? I was gonna step off.
You are
Reynard.
docked. You have docked. The boat ramp is down, and it was as you were exiting the boat ramp, because once you got to the bottom, you probably wouldn't have been able to see him.
Aha! Come, Petunia. And I lead Petunia over to this gleaming pillar of a man.
So Sriracha, down at your feet, you see
Oh, this is a great play. You weren't lying. Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
I'm going to.
what does he see,
Oh
Roland?
yeah. I forgot.
You,
can't tell
you
what it is.
see a 2'5"
Fuck you! 2'6", baby.
2'5"
I had to mute my mic because the old man wheezed.
You're an inch taller than yeah. Kobold that is wearing well-worn ring mail, like with big rings. I have a little helmet, like a leather helmet, kind of goes over, that I have tipped up, as well as I'm wearing like traveler's backpack, things like that. I have with me a giant badger that I'm leading along by its reins.
Which is probably
I have
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, so
No.
you probably see. So I have a huge plumed, like multicolored, like kind of like blues and like pinks feather sticking off of my back that's probably you see first as it just kind of like fluffs around as I'm like walking towards you. I have a large lance, very thin lance strapped to the badger.
How long is the lance?
The lance is really long.
Is it like a regular sized lance?
It's incredibly thin,
But
So
but
it
still
looks-
about the length of a regular one.
but
roughly.
about the length of
Okay.
a regular lance.
Beautiful.
So it's
Very
massive.
large.
It's probably sitting upward, and has saddlebags. And I just look like as I tip up my little leather helmet thing. You can see like gray kind of whiskeries coming off the front.
Both of you recognize this creature as a kobold. from all the
Yeah.
times that you have fought them.
Yeah.
Greetings, sir.
I greetings, and I'll put my hand on my weapon.
I was gonna say you can just see the metal of the scimitar that Rin just bought. You can
Like-
just
It's
see it with the
new.
handle
Let's put some
drawn.
blood
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What might a kobold be doing here in the middle of a town? I see nobody else reacting to it. I will take my hand off my weapon.
The port dock does have very strange people coming and going. No one really looks at him twice.
Yeah.
Unless they're trying to start a fight, in
And
which
you
case they'll look at
did
him.
see in Scornable, you did see that there were city kobolds that had
Mhm.
jobs and things of such.
I did not remember that. I would not have been so guarded. I'm sorry.
It's like, oh, okay.
You're a
To what do we owe the pleasure, little one?
curious little thing. What's your name? What's the badger's name?
I am so glad you asked. I am Sir Reynard the Hawk,
Sir Raynard.
gallant dragon slayer, champion of the common people.
You got a few more titles than me.
And who might you be?
Hang on, I'm still writing that down. I'm Sriracha, Knight of Greenest, Paladin of Lathander.
Oh, great joy. And your companions?
Well, this is Rin.
He's got the mask on. He's being stoic right now.
I think it's a long story why he's not talking, but he is a good person.
You're wearing your mask, right? I would guess because
Mike
it's
muted.
Mike muted, yeah.
Right.
He nodded. Yeah.
Yes, I'm also wearing the hood, and you can see like dark ears poking out of it.
Hmm. Is it because he does not have a mouth?
Oh, Rin, can you take the mask off?
Fine. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I reach up and
Just-
shake his hand and then give him like a bow.
I will oblige.
Ha!
This creature is beautiful. This badger is he some kind of service animal?
She is my faithful steed. And
She.
I
Pardon me,
Pet
I didn't mean
Petunia.
to assume.
yeah.
You said her name's Petunia.
Petunia. Yes.
I love that name. That's delightful. I have a little one myself. Nothing like a badger, but he holds out. Magnolia lets you know the name as well.
Ah, you too have a steed, I see.
Yeah, she's a little harder to ride, I think, but
Yikes.
But
ultimately, I think, serve the same purpose.
Well, Reynard, what can I do for you?
You know, you caught my eye first as I stepped off of that gallant ship there. It's probably like a
Yeah.
shitty, like, sea
It's
vessel.
like a deep-
It's,
Yeah.
it's like a rundown trade ship.
yeah. It's perfect for the dock ward. This place is
Yeah.
trashed.
All right. Well, the armor is pretty bright in the sun.
Yeah, it is pretty bright. I am constantly squinting.
Fair enough. You said you were a knight. Did you assume I was a knight? And so
Why, yes, by your attire and your royal seals. And apparently I chose correctly.
You were
Seems
right
like
to
so.
assume he's quite accomplished.
So,
Hey,
Rorik,
we all
after
are.
losing your 5 gold, you kind of hoofed it out of there. And think you made it to the dock ward after asking a couple questions.
Oh, I was
And you-
asking the whole way.
And you kind of got to get, like, the dock ward's, like, kind of crowded, and you kind of got to, like, climb on top of a box real quick to check it out. But you can pick out Rin and Sriracha pretty easily. And as you kind of fight through the crowd and get up to them, you can see that they're talking to what looks
Something.
like a small dog and a giant badger.
Do you have your
Do you still have your mask up?
helm on? Do you have your helm on?
it's tipped up.
Oh, it's
Okay,
tipped up.
Yeah.
So I
then
do
you
see
It's
then
it.
you would see it
leather,
was a cobalt. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just kind of like it like fits perfectly back over my face, like the long snout.
Did you put it back on?
No, it's tipped up.
Okay. Okay.
So you can tell
got-
that they're talking to a cobalt.
Okay. Interesting.
To that, I'm actually you're a kobold, aren't you?
I mean, what
Please,
is a kobold, anyways? Kind of.
an interesting creature? Then what are you?
I am a knight of the land.
A knight of the land. I like that.
Is that a beast where you come from? I've never heard of one of those before.
Beasts are what we slay. Am I right? And I like, like knock Sriracha's like probably shin armor.
I mean, yeah, we have killed some drakes, haven't we? Those are beasts. I mean, you're here. I'm here. What have you done? Like you're a knight of the land. What have you accomplished? I'm
Well, they're
curious.
Oh,
While they're talking, I'm gonna mage hand give Petunia a scritch.
watch her. Oh, mage hand, smart.
Yeah. I'm not getting close to it. Those creatures are big and terrifying, but
Good, because she doesn't look happy.
right. I didn't think so.
She
I
doesn't
will-
react, but she looks a little like.
Like irritated. All right, I won't bother her then. I'll draw back.
This is so weird because you just have a sack of flour too, and I'm carrying my bread.
Yeah, I'm literally carrying a sack of flour over my shoulder.
I haven't forgotten.
Fantastic.
You look like trade ward people, so
Yeah.
Well,
I have been on a long journey, battling cultists across the land. I received a mission from the great King Salamar to free his people from a terrible dragon. And I did just that. I slayed the dragon to another home.
you got it to move. You talked to a dragon. We've talked to a dragon.
I mean, you
Really?
talk to a dragon.
Yeah, you kind of just stood there, huh? I talked to a dragon.
Quite rude sometimes, you know.
Oh, this one was
What?
very nice. We'll have to introduce you sometime. He
Grand.
gave us like, here, check out this hammer. He gave it to me. Mace.
It's probably as big as me. It's like, wow, that's nice.
No, hammer. Is it? What the fuck is
it's
it?
a mace, but goddamn, at this point, if you want it to be a hammer, it
No,
could be
no,
a
no,
hammer
no.
with mace stats.
It says mace on my character sheet. I just wasn't looking at it.
It's the
Um,
North Star.
So Gork is going to approach this group of his friends and some random beastie. Say,
Hey, you found us. Well met.
hey, we'll met.
Sorry, sorry we took so long. We got distracted. I took a little bit longer than I would have liked to. Some old lady started talking to me. She was really nice.
Oh, no problem. It would have
That's,
saved me a mite of money, maybe, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, I brought him here to show him a view of the bay, and we ran into interesting little critter who seems to be interested in knighthood, I guess.
Yeah, he is a knight from across the sea. He's traveled here to. Well, what have you traveled here for?
The main source of my travels is always adventure. But to
Hmm.
do my knightly duties to the land. And I spin around to Gorik and say, "Greetings, sir. I am Sir Reynard the Hawk, valiant dragon slayer and champion of the people."
Approximately how tall are you, out of curiosity?
I
Don't know that Reynard would know the exact.
don't really know the exact number.
But Gorg, you're realizing that you guys aren't
It's like-
quite eye level. He's a little.
You know, I don't know what it is, lads. but I like him. He's he seems to have a certain je ne sais quoi that
Can I roll insight on that?
do it.
I'm just gonna
I'm
look at Ren and then look at them and then look at Ren and just
Yeah.
I don't
Don't
think you
say it.
have to. You've known Gorg for so long. I don't think you have to.
Yeah.
Tell me
Oh.
something, good night.
He's standing a little bit taller and like a little puffed out.
Yeah.
But well, you said you're looking for adventure. Are you any good in fights? I mean, you said you've killed some cultists and a dragon that you moved to a new home. That's a weird phrase.
I guess we kind of moved a dragon too, didn't we? I mean, he just left.
Well, you also moved 3 baby ones.
Are you dragon movers?
I mean, if that's how you want to call us, sure. I could. I mean, that's a fitting title considering what happened. It's technically not fallacy.
It's technically not wrong. That's right.
I wouldn't really consider it a job. I mean, that wasn't what we came there for, but we did it. So
Correct me if I'm wrong. You've had experience in fighting dragons. Is that correct?
Of course. What knight hasn't?
I'm assuming most of them, to be honest, but
any of them that are still alive, probably.
it's a fair point.
Fought a dragon in my day.
Allow me a moment with my companions, if you will, Mr. Reynard the Hawk. Oh, and who's this little cutie? Here, have some of this.
He's
Watch
about the
your
size of a full-grown timber.
Animal.
Yes.
It's like
I
bigger
want to
than you.
try and feed. I want to try and give Petunia, who I don't know the name of, some rations before having a little sidebar here.
Animal handling check.
Yes, with advantage because I'm feeding.
Nope.
Not because she's
It
not
negates
nice.
out the disadvantage.
Right, I was gonna say.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh,
It seems like Petunia takes to that better than she did to the mage hand.
I'm
Aren't
impressed.
you a cutie? You look like you could rip my face off. Oh, I love it.
She takes the food, but then she looks like she's still hungry.
It
Oh,
could
yeah, that's
probably
some
rip
more
my
little-
face off.
Anyway, you've got a right little dandy steed there. Now, if you don't mind, I really have to have a little conversation with my compatriots here.
Of course.
So, little
I'm gonna
side-
do that thing where I literally just step in the way of Reynard. Like we're not gonna go
I'm like, just,
I'm
I
just
don't
going
move at all.
slightly.
He's out of earshot. We're good.
Right.
Just
You guys
like,
are new to this, I see. Anyway, I tell you, you know, it seems like we might be hunting some dragons here. What a man down. Do you think he'd be interested?
I think he could be trusted.
Probably.
Trusted?
We did see in the Scornable, we saw kobolds working alongside humans. Not all of them are bad. We know that.
We also saw them being bad.
Yeah, but
I mean, just
Let's
fair
not
argument.
break it down
As
today.
long as
I
we're
think-
going both ways on this one, we might as well at
Yeah,
least
yeah, yeah.
level the playing field.
Okay, if we're leveling the playing field, if he were a bad kobold, coming into a town and meeting a group of people, that is way too smart for them to figure out.
Usually, it's true.
I think he's honest.
I'm gonna look
What-
over
what-
my shoulder at him. Look back.
We-
I'm still just standing there like,
We could ask him a series of questions to see if his answers might be truthful or made up, if you really want to ensure he's trustworthy.
Okay. What? Yeah, you ask the questions. You ask the
Sure.
questions.
Sure. Rin,
Rin turns around. What's your mother's maiden name? No, I'm kidding.
What's your
Social
social security number?
just watch him and see if you think he's lying to any of these questions, both of you, because I know you're both sharp with that kind of thing.
that's
yeah,
Victor
yeah.
For insight checks.
I'm going to.
Mr. Reynard,
Yes.
say you come upon a man who's badly injured on the road. He looks destitute, no money. What do you do?
Well, he's injured.
Aye.
Well, he must be brought to a doctor.
Oof. All right.
And
Good
That's
thing you
good.
used to travel with one.
Yes.
What is your code? What do you live by? If you were to say one sentence to live by, what would it be? A maxim, if you will.
why are you asking him such hard questions? I don't even have an answer for that one.
Oh, you do though.
I must defend the honor of the innocent.
Ah, shit, that's a good one.
That's near and dear to my heart. I like him.
Yeah,
I say as
Do we believe what he's saying?
I don't even need to roll insight, to be honest.
I mean, you can roll
if,
insight.
if
but
he's coming up with anything decent, Rin probably doesn't care.
All right, third and final question for myself.
We're
If
gonna
we had,
skip my roll.
do you want
Not
to roll?
important. No, I mean, no, I did roll.
Okay.
That was the thing. We're gonna skip it.
If I presented you with a situation in which the entire world was in a grave peril, and we had an almost sure chance of death, would you still fight and probably die to do the right thing?
Death in the name of justice and defending the weak is an honorable death, and I would commit to it wholly.
Give us a moment.
Hey, wait, I have
Hmm.
one more question I need to ask him, and I'm
Ah.
sorry to you two for this. If you had a chance to take out a sizable portion of an enemy's army, but it would mean costing the lives of a few innocents,
I don't have a
what
shady emote.
You have the salt
Which-
one though.
would you protect the innocent people and let the enemies move on, or would you potentially kill a few innocent people to take out that chunk of the enemy's forces?
Mind you, these innocent people were deceived. to
They
be
did not.
honest.
They did not know that. They do not know that they are in a bad position.
No life should ever be served up on a platter for a greater means.
Hmm.
You defend all that you can, always.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. The rubber duck checks out.
Yeah, color me impressed.
The
I'd
rubber
say.
duck.
Honestly, guys, we're down a man, and he was a good fighter. I don't know how much he can fight, but we
Well,
need numbers. I don't know what you're thinking.
he's killed cultists. What are we fighting?
He's killed dragons too. I mean, that's impressive, and it's not killed them to move. Whatever he wants to
He
say.
said it in a weird way.
I
Slayed
think he
them
just
to a
made
new
them
place
move.
geographically.
I don't think he ever swung at one, but whatever.
Not one to judge. Well,
Except for the fact that we're judging him right now.
don't read into my words.
I think sometimes just standing your ground isn't the only sign of bravery. I think what he said about no life worth being served up on a platter says a lot more.
Hey,
Hey.
well, took me a little while to be able to trust you three, or considering Ramsey, but
I mean, I tried to fight you the night we met. I don't feel like that's really.
Gentlemen, I'm not
Yeah.
talking about fully trusting him. That comes with time only, of course.
Exactly.
But do you trust him enough to try to bring him into the fold, into this fight of ours?
I like his badger.
I do.
I like his badger too, but his badger's not the one that's going to stab us in the back if it's evil.
I mean,
Well, hopefully it will just eat our face off. Wait, what? I misworded that.
I suppose we'll see. For the time
Um,
being, I see no reason why not to take him along. I mean, worst comes to worst, we just tell
Well-
him that his service is needed elsewhere, right? He's a knight. He's honorable. He wouldn't disobey if he considered one of us a superior.
So
Okay.
shall we invite him then? Shall we do it?
I think it's wise. We do need the extra hands. We're kind of missing that piece.
Sriracha?
Reynard, we
I just like step out of the way again.
we may have some work for you. If you would like to accompany us on an adventure.
Of course.
I don't know what might happen during this adventure, but you said you're willing to die to defend the innocent, so I think you'll fit right in.
It's not so much a job for us either. It is a job for the innocent. It really is right up your alley, is what it seems.
Then
Why
I will
don't-
do just that?
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we go check on our cart in the forest and on the way converse with Mr. The Hawk. Converse with Mr. Hawk on the way and get him up to speed on what's happening.
Yeah, what would you prefer to be called? Reynard, the Hawk, Sir Reynard, Sir Hawk.
You may call me Reynard.
You may call me Gorik.
You may call me Sriracha.
Rin's easy for me.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
By the way, he keeps calling himself the Hawk, and you guys notice he's got a buckler with a raven on the front. It's not the right bird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Buckler.
I
is a
appreciate the
shield
buckler,
for
though.
me.
Yeah.
So,
It's like a
I-
tower shield for you.
Yeah.
it's like shield size.
right. Well, Reynard, your first task in gaining our trust and proving that you're a valuable asset, I'm going to take the bag of flour from Rin and hand it to Reynard. You must carry this.
It's to test your strength.
It's
We
about
need to
8
make sure-
pounds.
Just what?
It's about 8 pounds, I think.
Oh yeah. I've got 16 strength, so
Oh, you're good.
I'm just like one-handed.
You're good,
Like-
yeah.
Well, Petunia, we have made some interesting friends.
Got fucking Mighty Mouse on the team now.
It's
For the
like-
record, now that my hands are free, I mean, the mask is going to go back on, but I'm going to keep my head on a swivel to look at
By the
just
way,
our surroundings.
I'm
like-
gonna say that while you guys are conversating that you're walking, so keep your roleplay going. But you guys are
That's fine.
walking to the gate.
Let's not get too much into the real situation until we get out to the gates, though. No telling who's here listening.
Definitely save our words. These streets have more ears and eyes than you know of. I was one of them. Do be mindful.
Everybody make a
Well-
wisdom save.
Done.
Damn it.
Hey, you all have advantage. You all no. You
It's
have
plus
Plus
your
3.
Oh, plus 3.
plus 3.
Okay. Well, then that's a.
We get +3 on our save.
If you're within, I think
Is it
it's
a
10
save?
feet of me.
Oh, it's a
Just
save.
Does
17.
Petunia have to save?
No.
Okay.
17
17.
Hey, same.
plus 3 is 19 then.
It is within 10 feet.
Oh, and Gorik
That's-
and Sriracha have advantage.
Oh, it's that kind of thing.
Right, because that thing.
Okay.
Oh, in that case, still 19.
24.
Anyway,
Um,
keep talking, keep walking.
I
I
love
look
the
around.
feather that you have on there. Is that the feather of a periton? It's massive.
What's a periton?
Big blue bird with reindeer antlers.
And teeth.
And
That
they
sounds-
also used to be men. They were cursed.
But they ate the hearts of other men.
Yeah, they're nasty
Okay.
creatures. Nasty creatures.
Um,
Anyway, that's just a
sounded
random.
cool, but
Yeah.
I believe it comes from a beast called an emu.
Never heard of one. They must be beautiful, majestic birds. I imagine their wings spread massively wide. They must be great flyers.
Oh, they could fly for thousands of miles.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you for obliging me.
Hey, do we need to drop this flower back off at your dad's place, or are we taking it?
I'd appreciate if we could, actually. Well, I mean, the flower's going to come with me. I'll just leave it on the cart, but I do want to go back and say goodbye if we're leaving.
Oh, I don't think we're
Oh,
leaving.
we're not
No,
leaving.
we're not leaving.
Legitimately, we were
There-
just going to check on the eggs
Yeah,
and such.
the ranger cart is outside waiting. It's got Jumper and the eggs inside.
My bad.
They're just
Oh,
going to check on it.
That's
Yeah.
on me.
At this point, I will
Okay.
share. By the way, I went to check on our cart, and it seems like it will be. Oh, wait till you see this cart. By the way, it'll blow your brains out of your face. No,
Dear God, why would I want that?
it will be done. It's a saying of speech.
Oh.
It will be done this afternoon, or this evening, if they don't find anything. Is what the guardsman was so keen to tell me repeatedly. So since there's nothing there, right, boys? No one bought contraband. I didn't.
No, I think we kept what we might have needed.
No drugs or.
Well, I had
contraband.
some special herbs from No.
We
Dumb guardsmen. Oh.
I don't have dragon semen in my inventory anymore. What happened to it?
It is in the cart. The blood and semen are both in the cart.
All right. Well,
That's such
because
a
Ren
terrible
left them.
statement.
Uh,
It's not a banned substance. It's okay.
we
Not a
we
band.
put them on a person.
you
That's-
gave it to me. I have
yeah, you gave us
All right,
this
you
power.
gave- yeah.
You showed us with this power.
18 and up.
You didn't have to take it. It was a breeding hatchery. It's gotta be there. You did not have to keep it.
Oh, man.
You
That's-
can't.
I
That's on
thought
you.
it was important.
Here's
That's
a
on you.
vial of semen. I think I'm gonna take that. Yeah. Yeah. Why would that be here if not for me to take?
Definitely. It is an interesting item to interact with
Okay, I know that
Um,
Gorg only thinks that way, but there are things in this world that exist that you don't have to take.
that you don't have to. Right. No,
Heresy.
It did feel
Can't tell
important.
that to the
I
rogue.
have fun with it. Yeah, seriously. And our bard is also basically a rogue. So like you've got two of them
Everything
to
is
deal
to
with.
take.
Are we out of the gates or like at the gates at this point?
Yeah.
Can we pass through them and
Yeah.
get away from people?
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a line backed up to get inside Waterdeep, but you can walk like on the side of the path. You know that the rangers are out in the woods, so you kind of got to beeline off the path anyway.
Okay.
All right, gents. Shall we give him the long and short of it?
Fine, if you
Yeah.
guys wanted to do most of the talking. I think
Say
we
it
got
again?
that covered. I mean, if you guys have anything in particular you want to let them know, I'm fine to let you do the talking. I've got nothing.
Ooh,
I mean, I've got stuff to tell him, obviously, but I think that I have a tendency to drag on longer than I need to when I open my mouth. So
long story short is what you're saying. All right, it's such a dick. All right, then I'll
that is what he's saying. It's okay.
I'll keep it to a minimum, as it were. Okay, Mr. Reynard. Here's a condensed version of what we've gone through and what we need to do and why. Some horrible cultists are trying to bring back Tiamat in some type of form. I know you know how bad that is fighting dragons before. I know you know how horrible that would be. Well, these cultists are apparently pretty close to succeeding, and they currently have a bastion in the sky. There's a teleporter or a teleportation device somewhere in a keep that they control. And what needs to happen at some point is we somehow have to find a way of going up there and ending their very lives. It's a hard task, you know, but
I mean, don't sugarcoat shit.
yeah, I want to be completely honest with you. If we don't end up succeeding, this world will end as we know it. And if we do end up succeeding, we may still die.
It's an unfortunate hand we've been dealt this time
But-
around, but I think it is important that this task is seen through. There's too many lives at stake.
It's everyone's life at stake. If you are a protector of the weak, nay, a protector of all, we don't know who else to go to. No one seems to be very, very helpful. People spend their entire lives, 20 years, trying to find something about it and seem to just fail.
Mind your tongue.
I'm just saying.
Also,
Well then,
Still throwing shade. Still
It's okay. It's okay.
we're about to see. We have taken 2 eggs from drakes that we found. Gorik is working on hatching them so that they can battle alongside of us after training for a bit, right?
Yes.
we
These
also
eggs
have-
are my children, by the way. If you look at them wrong or damage them in any way, it will be the same as killing a member of my own family. Just getting that out there.
I understand. And I pet Petunia.
Oh, that's you. Fair enough.
And we have a friend over here who looks very different. She doesn't talk very much, and she likes to eat human flesh, but only bad guys.
She's not human. You should probably start with that.
She is part celestial and changeling. So she's a friend. She's a friend. She helps us out.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Sonny. I thought you were talking about me.
He's also a little weird and eats human flesh. Apparently, I didn't know that.
The weird-looking part. Fair enough.
It's quite all right. I've had strange friends in the past.
I would like to hear about them eventually. Gorik, can you?
Lead on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm keen to see my little ones.
Okay. Are you guys beating cheeks to the
Oh yeah.
camp? Okay.
Yeah.
So as you guys approach, you see the cart is kind of set up in a shaded spot. It's back in a clearing in the woods. They have a campfire set up, but you do notice the rangers are kind of keeping their distance. They seem a little unnerved, a little, maybe even what's going on is so far out of their realm that they've just kind of ticked off. And but they're keeping a close eye around the camp. But as you come up and you round the corner and you see the fire, you begin to understand why. The 2 eggs of the drakes are sitting in the fire, and so is Jumper.
Oh.
Well, she is completely unclothed. Whether or not they've been burned away or she actually undressed herself, you guys have no idea from her characteristics.
Does she have a
Um,
dick?
Not that you can see at this angle. Unless you're looking. Are you
I'd
looking?
like to change angles to see the angles.
Excuse me. I
Okay.
have an 18 passive perception.
Honestly,
This is the only
There's-
time it's going to happen.
there's nothing.
Okay.
This is the only time I need to check for a dick. I swear to you. I swear.
This is the only dick check I'll ever be
just
making. I
always
swear to
run out
God.
of dick checks. So, and she's like turning the eggs, and she's like,
Okay.
she's her weird like long ass fingers. She's like caressing the sides of the eggs and like turning them, and you can hear that sulfur and like pop, whatever language she has, comes out in like a sing-song manner as she's like rotating and like caring for the eggs. But she is smack dab in the middle of the fire.
Oh my god, she's caring for my eggs?
She got
Can I
nothing else
make
to do
a-
today.
Singing to them.
Can I make a check to see if she's doing it right? Because
Yeah.
I used to raise kobold younglings in eggs with my
I
grandmother.
guess either like nature, survival, or I guess wisdom for you. Because
I was gonna
it's-
say even just.
It's
straight
not a
wisdom.
great check, but it's like, oh no, I rolled a 3.
Oh.
She's just keeping him in the fire and like rotating him?
Yep.
She's fine.
The only thing I would know about is the rotation, not the fire. I'm gonna put him in the fire.
I want to just walk up to her and thank her, actually. Jumper, I appreciate what you're doing greatly. If I am ever to be taken out of commission, please make sure these eggs are safe if you're around.
she's gonna give you like one of those like typical head nods. As you approach her, you do notice her horn and the tip of her ear has not grown back. And this is the first time that you guys are seeing her state. She still is suffering some wounds. But now because she's sitting in the fire and the bandages that she has is burned away, she has the remainder of a gaping hole in like her lower rib cage. Her horn has been cleft away on this side, along with the ear underneath it. It looks like one clean line stroke, and she's also suffering a slash on her shoulder. She's still covered in bruises and things like that. And Gork, you've seen her; she's been like this for a couple days now.
She looking
And
any better? Any
not
better at all?
not terribly better. These wounds might have been worse than before when you found her. Well, like they were worse when they started out, and this might be her extent of the healing.
Would it be better if we got you some arms to eat? Would you heal up quicker?
She just kind of she like mulls it over for a minute. She actually just kind of shrugs, and then like she points to one of the rangers. You can
Well, not
insight
the-
check if you want.
You can't eat them.
She like shakes her head no, and she gets her frustrated look again.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah.
See what she's saying.
Fine, I
My
will.
insight was
Oh, nat 20.
22.
Oh.
I look at you guys and say,
They've already tried.
"Was this the injured man that you found?"
Oh, you mean from the question we were asking you earlier? No, that was a hypothetical question. That was to determine your reaction to a situation.
Well, then we
Hypothetical
must-
means it didn't actually happen. It's imaginary.
Ah, I see. You have imaginary friend men. Okay, that is fine.
Yes. His name is Charlie.
Charlie.
Be
All
kind
right.
to him. He has sensitive feelings.
Gonna find someone named Charlie now. Does it look like there's any sort of poison or disease keeping her from healing?
No. You could make. Anybody can make nature, survival, or just straight whiz checks. You could also make a religion check. Rain, you have the option of an arcana check.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go religion.
Okay, so you said it was. I think
That is a
we-
19.
Yeah, Arcana's better. 11.
Gork, were you checking or no?
I did. I got like a 9 though.
So, Sriracha, you are able to ascertain from things that you have heard, and the extent that you know of her blood makeup, you suppose that she was probably stabbed with something radiant, and she was able to heal partially because of her celestial streak, but she is not able to heal it completely because of her demonic blood.
Can I use lay on hands and heal her?
You don't think that it'll help. Those seem to be permanent scars.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure she doesn't have any open wounds, I guess.
Or missing,
No, none of her wounds are currently
like bleeding.
life-threatening,
Bleeding,
bleeding, or
yeah.
anything. This is just a healing process, and that's what it is now.
Question.
Yes.
Rewinding just a teens. When we were leaving, we did a whiz check. I got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Did I get any form of sense when that
No.
happened? Okay.
That's not the way that one works. But if that happens, I will let you know.
Just wondering. Okay.
No.
Sorry for interrupting.
I'll go up to her and just kind of like hold my hand out to her. Just, oh, Jumper, what did you do this time?
She's gonna gnash her teeth, almost like proudly at you. Hunt. Bad hunt.
We were talking about feeding her, so I will reach into my saddlebags while I'm holding this flower. I'm like,
Rin will come take the flower off you again. He's not going to
Oh.
carry that the whole time.
but that is my mission.
It's
No!
Holding it. What can I
Consider
do?
your mission complete. It's really no concern.
He's holding on to the bag of flowers. You pick it up.
Fall
I
damage.
appreciate the service that you did to carry it this far.
Jumper will come. She's gonna set and nestle the eggs properly against some of the wood and coals that are there, and kind of climb herself out of the fire and approach Reynard, just inquisitively trying to figure out what he is, because she knows that you fight and eat those, but he's with the party, so she's kind of confused. And as she
I'm gonna.
approaches you,
oh.
she's giving off like a radiant heat. She's probably been sitting in that fire for a long time. And like
Oh.
Touch
all
that
of
one and
you,
it won't be such a pushover this time.
she looks at you and like you see one tip of her ear quiver. But she like kind of gives this like playful smile. And then she's like, there's no head cockroach. She's not gonna touch him.
I reach into my saddlebag and break off a piece of a large mushroom, and like go and be like, I had a friend who did not eat meat, but this was his version.
She like
Special
takes
meat.
it and looks really confused.
It's a meaty
And
mushroom.
like
Oh, she only
Hold it
eats
on.
arms, friend.
and like she smells it and she's just like,
Well,
It's
if you think about it, that is the arm of a mushroom.
Unfortunately, this one only likes things that are still bleeding when she's eating it.
Hmm.
Bad guys too. It'd have to be a
Okay.
bad mushroom that was bleeding.
Does she have some arms?
Does she have a little satchel of arms that she's
So
carrying?
when Gort collected her off the road, she had a couple. They have since been consumed.
We need to get her a bag of arm holding.
Oh god.
No, I was
Just
hoping
reach
she had
into a
some,
bag.
I
It's
was
just-
hoping she had some arms.
She had some arms.
Dang it.
They have been consumed.
I bought the bread so she could make sandwiches.
Oh my god, that's so
I
funny.
fucking
Actually,
knew it.
Holy shit. Arm sandwiches.
Talk
whole
about a
baguette.
manwich.
Yikes.
Ah,
I actually I'll give her the bread and explain, like, next time you have an arm, put it in between like this.
She has the two loaves. She's like,
Well, you cut one in half and then you put the arm, the meat there, and then you put the two pieces together with the meat inside and you eat all of it.
so
Really
like
good.
she looks at the mushroom in her hand and the bread in the other, and like balefully up at Gort because he was the only one like, no, she eats meat, and like at Ran, and she's like, all right. And she folds her
Just wanted
hand
to
very
try.
flat and she pulls it across the bread and slices it like it's nothing. She does the half and then
That's
that looks too
intimidating.
big, so she does it like quarters, and she puts the mushroom in between the bread. And it looks like she actually tries to eat it, but
She doesn't have to right now. I mean, yeah.
she wanted to
Yeah.
humor Reynard.
this actually leads me with the conversation that we just had. This leads me to my next jumper. Can you still do that sigil you did right here?
She like pulls her black hair forward and it's got
Aye, all right. Reynard, there, we've told you about this group of cultists that are belligerents that we're trying to stop. They have a very powerful witch with them who loves to put brain cockroaches in people and follow them around. It's fucking creepy. Oh my god, never, by Lathander's gaze, do not ever. Just trust me. Okay, so what you do is, you see this here, and I'll show him mine. She has access to some runic power or
It
something.
looks like an eye, right?
Yep. It's a closed eyeball.
Oh, it's a closed eye.
It is. It is a closed eyeball.
Okay.
This
All right.
here prevents us from being scryed upon. I would very much suggest having her perform this on you for your own and our, honestly, safety, considering you can be scryed on when we're with you if, I don't know, brain cockroaches. Okay, if you're not
Yeah.
convinced, I'll let you know. I had a brain cockroach. It was fucking horrifying.
It was
It's some kind of arcane thing that just, they follow you and read your thoughts or something. I don't know what's going on. It was very creepy.
She gets all excited and does some charades real quick, like she's retelling a story.
Yeah, exactly, Jumper. Thank you. I know it's a very strange thing to just be carving symbols into your bits and such, but trust me, if you're to try and save this this here kingdom and all these peasants and whatnot, it might be the way to go.
Looks over, kind of. Well, if I'm to join the group, I guess I must get a tattoo to match the group as well.
Sure. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can think of it
easy.
that way.
You can do
Yeah.
what you want. I don't have one.
Yeah, I
We
was
aren't
about to
easy.
say, Rin,
So now would be a great time for you to get one as well.
Nah, I'll carry on with the power that my parents gave me. I appreciate it though.
fair enough. So,
Yeah.
yes, Raynon, you don't have to, but I recommend it.
Yay.
Jumper will move to get behind Reynard, and she does take a second because he's all like scales. She's like trying to figure out how to do it best.
It's like the like gecko kind of though. I
Yeah,
think.
really like.
Oh, it's like fleshy scales.
It's like fleshy
Yeah.
scales sometimes, so it's like really, really fine in certain areas.
But like when she did Gorks and Srirachas, there was like the slip, but it didn't hurt that much. And she's actually trying to like tangibly take her time to figure out how best not to hurt Reynard as she like does it.
Yeah. I guess this is where you guys get to see my skin. I'm like brown with like yellow circles every once in a while around
Mhm.
and like orangish, like an orange ring within that circle.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So she
like,
tries
spotted.
very like delicately to like carve it in. But she does so, and then she
It
like
tickles.
moves away. And it was kind of helpful because she still heated up from the fire, so it was a quick slit, and it almost cauterized itself.
Oh, she's hot.
Yeah, she's been sitting in that fire for a long time.
So
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's
now-
like giving off heat.
Jumper, you don't have to eat the bread, but it will give you more energy to hunt. Just a little bit. It's very good for you.
She has all of this like spark of an idea, and like she gestures towards like the rangers, and then gets like frustrated again.
Hmm.
Anybody who wants to
I'll,
can insight her actions at any time.
Yeah, I want to find out. I already natural 20. I'm pretty sure I know what she's saying, but
They've been hunting for her, and they found some bad guys and tried to feed her, so she wanted to kind of like give back to them.
okay. I'll bring them the bread then. Just actually, I want to thank you guys for doing this for us.
You see, it's the brother-in-law to the ranger that Gork's come to know is like, yeah, I don't want to be rude, but I didn't sign up for that.
I realize.
We're doing our part, but we're not sleeping in our own cart. We've set some tents up. I don't know where you picked that up. We found her in the woods, but he knew her already. I don't.
Yeah, she's an interesting one. Just
The black eyes. We're
trust
trying.
me.
We're
trust me.
trying.
She'll protect you. Don't worry.
But who will protect us from that?
Yeah, you won't need protection from that.
Yeah. She. Okay.
She
Yep.
only eats bad guys.
What's her concept of bad?
Hasn't eaten me yet.
Not.
The
or
sun
tasty?
shines out of your ass.
Tasty. Tasty equals bad.
Oh, just hear Rin call over. At least I'm not the only one.
It's like
Have a good day.
the ranger gives you a little. They're still doing their job. She's just unnerving as fuck with them Krampus ass feet. Also,
Incredibly.
even though she was in the fire, the fur off her legs didn't burn off or anything like that.
I
That's
figured.
bestest. I appreciate you watching these eggs, and of course our compatriot. It was not something you thought you'd have to do. I really do appreciate it.
She kind of showed up out of nowhere. I'm sorry.
What are your plans now? I know you weren't planning on staying, but what are you planning on doing now?
Well, we were told to bring you back north after and keep you safe. That redhead's real persuasive. She's real sweet.
Aye,
Um,
she is.
and we're gonna keep doing that. And when we're done, we're gonna go back and take care of all the other eggs that you told us to take care of. Train ourselves up. So you got 2, but we got like 9. So seems worth it. But they've got a couple more. They got a while before they hatch on.
Did you look at these two?
Yeah. Whatever she's doing, it seems to be helping and speeding some things up. But I haven't really been able to get my hands on it because she keeps leaving it in the fire.
No, it's supposed to stay hot.
Yeah. But I can't exactly check it out if it's in the fire.
It's. I'll let you be.
She-
I'm gonna
yeah,
go back
she
over
can
to
do what she
Jumper.
wants to do. You do see that Jumper, she does actually still have her clothes. She's gone back to the cart to like kind of dress herself. She just kind of throws her cloak on. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She could look.
I don't have any business left here. I just wanted to check on Jumper and make sure she was okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to stay here with my eggs because they're going to leave most likely. I wouldn't want you 3 to have to stay out in the forest for no reason. If you guys want to go back and talk to your father a little bit more or do whatever you need to in town, it's going to be getting late soon, I'm sure. What I'll do is I'll ask them to stay till nightfall and then go pick the cart up and bring it back out here to the same spot and set up camp out here. You do whatever you want with that information.
Well, I don't have anything important to do. Like, well, actually, I needed to get back before nightfall to go to the library.
Now's the time. Now's the time, boy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do need Rin for that.
Yeah, I have no intention of staying out here.
Well, Reynard,
Hmm?
anything you need to do in town, or would you like to stay here with Gorik and Jumper and the eggs, or would you like to
For
accompany us?
tonight, we have to all go back to town at least to get the cart. So we will all do that at least.
Okay.
But for overnight, you can either go with them or stay out here in the forest with me. And Jumper, of course, and my babies.
I will stay with you, my friend.
Cool.
We got to stick together, right? And I do
Right.
like that thing, like we have inside thing.
Drop stuff on the desk.
Short people unite!
Short people.
Stand together on each other's shoulders.
It might equal a whole person one day.
Oh, I'll equal you and I cut you off at the knee, won't I? Sorry.
Still
Outside of character. Oh yeah, you still won't. All right, we're going back to town to find the library.
Hips! God! Why are you so... It's like
I think
you
I'm still
stab
taller
me
than you.
and then you turn it. It's horrible. Okay. anyway.
So you guys are going back to town.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you go to leave, Jumper gives you a quickly,
Oh
and then
hell
turns back
yeah!
to the fire, and like goes back to kind of prodding the eggs a little bit.
All right, she's not looking at me, but I'm gonna do it back to her.
She's so cool.
Love Jumper.
I love her.
Can't wait for her to try and kill me.
She's gonna tear you apart.
That's gonna be a fun day.
Belay that. Do you guys want to come check the card out with me? Is it? Oh, if night's
Well-
falling, then you guys want to be doing that because
Yeah.
you have a
So
time crunch.
yeah, we're going to the library.
It'll probably be tomorrow morning, next session, when you guys get the cart back.
So we're going to the library.
Oh,
I need to do some research there. And then we'll probably go back to Kester's Collectibles. Get like a game plan. We don't know where we're going next. Didn't we have to meet the one fucking dude Froome? Fuck, isn't he in Waterdeep? Where is he? I don't remember.
Did agree we'd meet with him somewhere. I think things just
Well,
sort of.
I have the notes
You-
somewhere.
You were
I
not
have
going to
them.
meet up with Froome. You were going to get a 15,000 gold worth ruby.
Ah, that might be worth.
From
uh,
Froome.
running.
You know, maybe I'll check the cart later.
Yeah,
you know,
that might be worth looking into.
Yeah,
All you know is that a Harper agent has it.
Harper agent.
Those guys are
Okay,
fun to mess
I
with.
don't remember any of that, but library
okay.
and Custer's Collectibles.
While they do that, can we check on the cart that's probably not going to be ready, and then
Yeah.
probably go back out to the forest then?
So if you just want to like peek out and look at the cart, you see that the ironclad dwarf is putting things back together. He looks very satisfied with finding nothing.
Can I go talk to him?
The guards are standing at the field, and you do see the snotty guard that would not let you in, but you can insight the dwarf's actions.
Yoo-hoo!
He like
I'm
gives
doing
you a
that.
side glance, like waves a little bit. It doesn't look like he can leave his post, but he does acknowledge that you're there.
Okay.
And he signs something real quick. You can insight check it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll do it.
I was gonna say, is it Thieves' Cant?
I was gonna say he might know it if it is.
It is. If it is,
It's not.
roll it.
It
Okay,
was just it
cool.
was just a quick charade, kind of.
Gotcha.
Nat 20.
Damn,
Nat.
it's like a third of the session, and we've only rolled like 5
Yeah.
times.
Second one for me.
He might
Crazy.
have found something that the guards would have raised their eyebrow at, but he stuck it in one of his pouches.
Is it the Dragon Seaman?
Can't tell that
Oh,
from the charades.
Unfortunate.
Does he have like a protrusion in his shirt that looks to be about the size of a dragon
He
semen
stuck
vial?
it in a vial, and he stuck it in a pouch. But here's just it was a little I got you, bro.
I bet you he has dragon semen in his pocket. Sorry.
Is that
Moving on.
dragon semen in your pocket, or you just happen
Just
to?
happen to see me?
You can't
Yes.
say that as radar now. You cannot.
I know.
Okay. Well, Reynard,
Ah,
it looks like they're not done with this cart. Do you want to go out and get ready for camp in the forest, or would you like to stop by and have a drink somewhere or something? It's up to you, my friend. In fact, why don't you let me treat you to a drink?
Like, not good with alcohol. Of course, my friend.
Can I roll to pick up on his hesitation?
I guess it would be an insight as well.
15.
It doesn't really seem like he wants to drink too much.
Well, you know, I can always get you a fruity drink or whatever you want, my friend.
Do you wanna
It's just
smear it
good
off?
to have someone here. I'd
Mike's
like to
hard.
learn your life story and maybe share some stories.
Of course.
So we'll go do that before nightfall proper hits.
Alright, I will switch over to you two in the bookstore. So I'm assuming room went with Sriracha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He'll-
had to show me. So
Yeah.
You do know that the one kind of shady bookshop that might have something on dragons was around the couple blocks away from Kester, so it's not too out of the way.
While we're there, just before we get into whatever the book may reveal, super quick thing. I'm gonna do another sending spell to Kester.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say, hey, Kess. I don't know if you know much about bows, but there's one in my room that I can't figure out. It's kind of nasty. And that's a lot of words, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I was about to say, I'm not counting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll take a look at it. Also, I finished your project.
My project. Okay. Yeah, I'll mull on that. I'll be home in a few anyway, so I guess I won't freak too much about whatever that means.
Bunch of macaroni glued to a plate.
It looks like Rin's face,
Yeah.
but not really.
Was the glue dragon semen?
I didn't have it with me when we went inside.
Impropriate.
he might have some. I don't know. He's kind of weird like that, but
That's a running joke now. Okay. Bookstore, library,
I will help
whatever
him
it is.
find the book.
So you go into, there is this like back alley, kind of, sort of.
Oh, this is
Um,
my best location. I thrive here.
You know that more of these types of bookstores have the books that are actually banned in Waterdeep.
Hmm.
And that it's just kind of a door off the street that you gotta
You
kinda
gotta
quietly
know.
step in. You have to know that it's a bookstore there to go in, kind of thing. But
Do mind? Yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do mind your pockets around here.
Hmm.
There are plenty who wish to see you with less than you have.
Gonna take my coin purse and just put it in my breastplate for now.
So as you walk up to the door, it's a dark wood color, just kind of set inside a wall. There's not many windows on this building. You can push it open if you want to just go straight inside.
Okay. Well, I want to let Rin lead actually.
I'd be happy to. Yeah. These guys probably know me more from my mask than my actual face, so I will wear that as we enter the building.
So as you come in, there is a girl seated behind, and it kind of looks like a table desk combo. She's got some trinkets laid out over it, like she was working on something. And as you come in, she like sits up and like gives attention real quick, and then kind of looks you over, and then decides that you're probably not a guard. And
And
like
then
settles
I
back
walk in.
in. But then as Sriracha enters, she kind of stiffens and goes, can I help you, sir?
Yeah. I'm looking
On the
for
date
book-
of November 7th, where were you? No, sorry.
Where were you
He's
at this
about-
time?
November.
Yeah, I'm looking for a book or two, maybe a few.
What kind of books could I help you with, sir?
I'll put a couple gold pieces on the counter and assure her that there's nothing for her to be so stiff about.
She's like, oh, okay.
I'll gesture towards Rin and say, my friend here recommends your store because it might actually have some information I'm looking for.
What kind of information?
What books do you have on Tiamat?
Well, sir, those books are actually banned in Waterdeep.
I know.
He knows. He's not. Okay, yeah, he's not. He's not a hood.
It's
He's
not,
not a.
it's not.
It's okay. No, no,
legal
no.
to sell. Well,
I-
we're not that kind of place. I know
He's-
we're a little
I
shady.
promise. I'm not affiliated with Waterdeep in any way except for the fact that I am just simply here right now.
You guys can make persuasion checks with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ooh, disadvantage. Persuasion 25.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I rolled
Okay.
I rolled a 5 twice, but that equals 11.
She still is not so comfortable with Sriracha's appearance, but Rin has reassured her that you guys are not actually cops.
This isn't my first time around the area. I know we don't look the part, but I promise there's nothing
Just-
malicious about our intent
Well,
here.
Maybe next time don't walk in shining armor.
Fair enough. I'll let him know next time. We were doing a bunch of stuff today. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause a lot.
I guess that's the work life, right?
Right.
She like
Amen, brother.
stands up and she goes to one of the bookshelves on the side and she kind of just like pushes it aside. Right this way.
Okay. I'll follow her.
So she goes up. She actually leads you up the stairs. She grabs a lantern off the wall so she can light the rest of the stairs up the way. And you come to another. It actually looks like a very expansive bookshelf seating or book room seating, and it's got like a bunch of shelves. It's lined. Rin, you would recognize most of these titles as contraband.
Okay.
They are not.
Get on the fucking floor. Sorry.
They're not political contraband, but they are books about summoning demons, conjuring, dark spell books.
Some of the nastier stuff.
Some
Okay.
of the darker
Hmm.
side. There's some necromancy books. There's
I might turn into a cop here in a second.
Mhm.
There's some tomes. There are, and you do. Wait, 18. Fuck you. There is a book towards the end of one of the bookshelves that has 5 points.
Hmm.
It's almost at
Um,
5.
Rin, you're wearing your mask, right?
Yes.
Okay. This girl. Sorry, will you keep explaining? I'm sorry.
No, that was about it.
Oh, okay. Does this girl? Does it look like there's anyone helping her like guard this library, or is she alone?
It appears that she's alone.
Okay.
You can make a perception check.
I would love to. 19 plus
Ah.
1.
Oh.
It appears that she is alone.
Okay.
Okay. Does it look like she is capable of defending herself or fighting me and Rin off?
Now,
You're asking a really concerning line of questions.
I-
You are.
as her physical stature, perhaps not. But you do notice a bunch of pouches, tiny daggers, and rune tattoos on her arms. Physical
Okay.
fighting may not be her forte.
Would I be able to notice he's like
Sizing her up.
Sizing her
just
up.
like
Yeah,
sizing them
You
up?
have a nat 18, like,
Yeah.
you could probably
I-
notice he's like sizing her up.
Just curious.
But you
Um,
also notice she
Yeah, okay.
has spell runes all over her body.
I figured
Curious.
this is a space that I'm not really one to mess with. I don't think. I
She's
won't say
gone.
anything about it, but I just want to keep an eye on
Yeah.
him in particular if that's something that will continue.
Anyway, Tiamat books.
I think I see something over here. If you want to come this way, it looks like there's something.
Yeah.
And I'll head toward that 5-pointed book. It looks like that might be something of interest. And I will ask before reaching for anything that it's all right that I approach anything in this way.
She gives a nod, but she's keeping her eyes on Sriracha.
You guys
Understood.
don't like sell these or check these out, right?
We do sometimes, but there's like a. It all like depends, you know. Like you have to go through a test in order to like rent one of these.
I couldn't just like have one forever. Or...
Well, you don't really look like you're gonna use it, so you could have one.
Okay.
Like
Oh,
so, and she like peters out, and she's like, "What's the best way to fight fire? Understand how it burns.
yeah.
You don't look like you're gonna be summoning a skeleton, so."
Probably not.
Dress like paladin, get necromancy books.
Stuff.
Easy.
Okay. Well, can I just take this one book? I'll bring it back to you tomorrow with 10 gold.
She like,
You never saw my face. I never saw your face. The door to this area doesn't exist.
You actually haven't seen my face. Just to. Sorry, you guys are having a conversation. That's my fault.
Roll that charisma
She's like,
check.
for 10 gold, you can take it overnight, but I do need it back. You can take notes. I don't care,
I
but
promise I'll bring it back.
okay. And she like goes into this like almost forceful explanation of like, listen, some things have been popping up, and we need to know what we're getting into, so we do need that back.
Consider us the response team.
Yes.
She
Okay.
like she does a very click one like up and down on both of you and goes, mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
And Rin, I don't know if you were in the interest of doing it, you don't have to investigate, but you can arcana check the symbols that she has all over her.
I am interested too. I didn't want to impose, but if I find that I could give her a glance without being too incriminating. 14.
So you can't really tell what they are. You have seen some of these in Kester's books. You do make out one of them on her left arm is actually like counterspell.
Hmm.
It does seem more of the defensive runes
Sure. Like abjuration stuff mostly.
Yes. She does have some attacks.
Hmm.
Those are like all on her knuckles and like the fat of her hands and things like that. But she does seem to have more defensive rune marks than attack rune marks.
I don't mean to pry. This isn't my information, so feel free to withhold. But do you do your own rune work? It's exceptionally special. What I'm
Oh.
seeing, it's brilliant.
We have a class, and when you learn a spell, you get it. So
Huh. Okay. Well,
I mean, I don't know if he shows up like that. They're not gonna want him in the class.
I'm not interested. Don't worry.
Okay. good,
yeah,
'cause
he's
you're
not much
welcome.
the type. The air in this room is a little thick. So
Was there only one book on Tiamat here?
You can roll investigation checks.
17 plus minus 1. 16.
You don't really see too much more about Tiamat, but you do see a book on dragons.
Can I take this one too?
Are you gonna bring it back too?
Obviously.
Thank you.
Obvious.
I'll take my coin purse out and give her 5 gold for now. Put it back. You'll
She
get the other 5
understands.
in the morning. Yeah.
She understands half up front, half later.
And then I'll put them in my bag.
Mhm.
Cool. Thank you for your time.
Well, you weren't here, so have a good day.
And we make our leave.
Make a leave.
I need to go back to Kester's.
likewise.
Gork and Reynard. I almost said Reynard.
So there I was.
You did have a drink.
He's got a thimble, by the way.
yeah.
The shot glass.
I have a massive tankard in comparison.
You're
We're
probably
just-
fine.
I love it.
I've missed the thimble.
Yeah, the thimble.
Have you ever heard of a roller coaster?
No.
I came up with the name myself. So we were there fighting back and forth across these kind of mine carts, and all of a sudden there was an explosion.
Do tell.
And and we flew out onto the ground, and I landed perfectly, hands across the board. What was I saying?
I think you were saying about a roller coaster, whatever.
Yes, the roller
that.
coaster. I don't think this room is big enough for a roller coaster.
The forest is. Do you
Have
want
you-
to go back to the carts and see the
I
roller coaster
love
there?
the forest. I was raised in a forest.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yes. Come, Petunia.
In the bar.
I jump off of the bar.
Make a dex check.
Oh, he's drunk as fuck.
Question mark?
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's a dex saving throw at that point.
Yeah, basically.
A 10.
You manage to land on Petunia, not in your saddle, but you're on her.
Just kind of
Great.
on the side, flopped over.
I now have advantage on dex checks. Now that I'm on Petunia.
Yeah, because she's not drunk.
Let's go. Let's go to the forest. All right.
Okay.
So on the way, he can regale me with the.
Are you recanting tales as you ride Petunia back, and Gork probably has her by the reins?
Yeah,
the
I'm slumped
theory of a roller
over.
coaster.
I'm slumped over Petunia, going through my saddlebags. and
Petunia
eating
can
a banana.
definitely carry you both. By the way.
I don't know if Gorik is allowed to ride Petunia.
I don't know. I don't think
Gorik's
he
not
is. I'm just putting it out into the universe. That might be a beautiful scene in the
He
future.
fed her once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
I'm handing pieces of banana to Petunia and to Gorik if he would have. If he
Oh,
would
I
like some.
forgot that bananas are her favorite.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Okay,
spent
so
so
I'm
much
actually,
money on
as we're
bananas.
walking, I'm like sketching the idea of a roller coaster.
Okay.
Like
I
it's
tell him this is the sausage of the jungle.
Bananas. Bananas.
Right.
Where
As
I
if I
come
The
was-
sausage of the jungle is a banana.
sausage is the sausage of the town. Oh, I've been drinking a little bit too. Yeah.
Vomit straight off of Petunia.
Dodge. I'd like to dodge that.
Okay,
Duh.
Con. Or Dex.
Dex. 17.
Okay, you're fine. He was just a little bit of dog vomit. That's fine.
It's not very much, actually, or it's
Tiny
a surprisingly large.
It's there's
I tell you what, let's get settled into the camp, shall we? And we'll ask them to stay just until the cart is completely gone over. And we can continue this wonderful conversation on the way. How does that sound?
Lovely. But I can drive, and I like swing my leg around on top of Petunia. Off, Petunia.
Well, Petunia's
Make a
not
very
drunk,
quick
I'm not.
Dex check. Thematics.
just for when she takes off. Yeah.
Doesn't move that fast.
You have. Well, I guess we're not gonna give you advantage. We're gonna negate your disadvantage
Mm.
because you are hammered. What's your
He's
Dex?
probably not hammered. I'm hammered.
No, you. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
making-
No, yeah, it's you doing it.
You. You're making a Dex check. Just for thematics.
9.
He is sitting backwards on Petunia.
Oh yeah.
Doing that like laying thing. Yeah, there we go.
Oh no, I'm sitting. I'm facing the back and
Oh, perfect.
holding the tail.
yeah.
Gorik's just like laughing to himself as he's listening and writing down what a roller coaster is, very intently interested. So it's like a minecart that can't fall off. Is that what it sounds like you're talking about?
I don't know. They fell off all the time when I was on them. So
Maybe we could make one where you didn't fall off. You could go like upside down and all that. Maybe make some restraints.
throw up again. Think about going upside down.
Yeah, we wouldn't feed people alcohol first, though. I don't think that's a wise decision.
No, no more alcohol.
No, it's fine. You don't have to drink. It's okay. But oh, he's out. Anyway, I'm gonna lead him, his sleeping body, and Petunia back to the
Back to the camp.
camp,
Um,
and
The
hopefully.
Rangers did say that they were going to stay another night. But once you guys were settled, they were going to take off.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bring. I always fill my flask at bars and whatever taverns and such, so I'm gonna give them what I had garnered just to
Okay.
share amongst themselves.
They appreciate it. You see that they have made a second fire pit.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. I'm
Actually.
gonna make sure that Reynard is comfortable, and then check on the eggs.
Jumper is with them again, and she is repeating the same action that she was earlier, where she's turning them and like caressing them and like coddling them, and like you see her. She's like not quite happy with how they're sitting, and she's like propping coals under them so they sit correctly.
God, I love you. If I wasn't married already.
You're not.
No.
Yikes.
Can I know that they're very hot.
Yes.
Can I do a check on the bright red one to see maybe how close it is to hatching?
Yeah. If you ask her, she'll hold it out of the fire for a moment, but she starts to look nervous.
Oh, that's so good.
You can make a nature check. You
Before
have-
I do that, I'm gonna say, oh, I did get the books and all that jazz. If you're talking about advantage, I'd like to ask her, does it seem close to hatching?
She like. I guess I'll make a check for her. Oh
Uh-oh.
She drops it.
no!
Oh, she knows everything about that egg.
She knows
Yeah, it's
everything about that egg.
Nat
Oh.
20.
She like pets it a little bit, and then like she sticks it back in the fire and like gives you like a trust me face and like shifts it around and then holds up 3 fingers.
3 days?
She gives a nod.
Oh, dear babies. Okay.
She looks upset that you haven't questioned the other egg at all.
I already know that one has more time to go. But if she does look upset, I know that the other has some time left on it comparative to that one. How much time is on that one? Would you know? No way. No fucking way. No way. Yes.
Damn.
In a
Oh.
row.
Oh yeah, you were right. Okay, I thought you said you got it too. I was about to be disappointed.
No.
I'm
In
down.
A row. I like this one. I'm gonna fight you guys with that one.
Great. Perfect.
Just so you
Thank
know.
That's when it's gonna roll too.
Damn it. So she shifts it a little bit, and you see she like starts pouring coals around it, and she looks very proud of herself, and she almost like cloaks herself over it, and she holds up 4 fingers.
Wow, that is imminent. You keep doing what you're doing. Anytime you need something from me, you don't hesitate to me. Okay?
She like rolls her eyes a little bit, then she like proudly goes back to like turning them and like shifting them.
You'd be a great mother. You really would.
She's just our midwife.
She
now.
like looks confused at you and like raises an eyebrow.
What's
Yeah.
a mother, you might ask?
Right.
Yeah? Is that the question? Just see.
And then she looks.
There's no sexual organs on her. There's no like.
You
So
can
a mom-
insight
We talked
check.
about it earlier. We did. That's
Amazing.
legitimately something we covered.
You can insight check her reaction
Okay.
at any time.
Well,
don't
I
have to.
asked her. I asked her. Do you know what a mother is?
And she shakes her head yes.
Oh. Oh, well, I say that because
And then she like
so well. Yeah, you would make a great mother. Yeah,
she just shakes her head.
Fair enough. Like I said, ask me if you need anything. And by the gods, if one is about to hatch and I'm not there for some reason, please get me for all that's holy. Or unholy, whichever you prefer.
She's like, she thinks about it for a second, and she holds a finger up, and she sparks like a little flame, and then points to the sky, and like mimics throwing something.
That will work just fine.
Forgot she can do that.
Yeah. That's gonna attract attention other than myself, though. Oh, the brand. You can make it like heats up or something. Okay. I like your thinking. In that case, I'm going to turn in for the night. And if you need anything, like I said, don't hesitate to ask. I fucking love Jumper.
She just turns back to like pushing and moving the eggs.
Reynard's sleeping strong. He's doing all right.
Oh yeah, knocked out on Petunia.
I'm going to get a flask of water and put it next to where he's sleeping.
For in the morning.
Mhm.
Okay. Rin Sriracha.
Yes. We are headed back to Kester's place.
Yes, indeed.
Going straight away.
Yeah. I
Okay.
ain't got anything else to do.
I think it was close enough anyway, yeah.
As you come in, you can hear Karnan and Kester talking in the kitchen again. They're discussing things that they both learned for the day. They hear you come in, and Kester gives a, "Oh, they're home!" And Karnan goes, "Boys, in here! We found stuff!"
I'm running in.
So you see, he's got like a whole bunch of like sheets of paper like moved out. He goes, "I went into the city today, and I did some digging." And we followed him. And he like whips out like a map of Waterdeep, very zoomed out. But he traces, and he goes, "I had a couple rumors, and I think we found their storehouse here in the city. They'll be moving out in 2 days."
House who
Go ahead.
are we referring to the cult? Or what?
I would assume so.
Just for context.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's been
No, he-
following rumors on the cult.
Yeah,
And
he's
they're-
literally asking Karnan though. Like
Oh.
walking into the room like I feel like I missed half this conversation.
He's like, "I'm sorry, I've been on it all day. Yes, we've been following rumors about the cultists that made it to the city before you guys. They all stacked up at this warehouse. Now, this warehouse is getting construction supplies north. Back on that old road to Neverwinter. You remember they shut it down? Never mind. When they shut it down about 15 years ago. And so it seems like they've been stashing their little treasure trove on the construction carts. There's a company that's hiring people to guard the caravans on the way out. They gotta go through the mire, which isn't pretty, but I think we can handle it. They're taking it up to the roadhouse. I'm not sure where it goes from there, but that's where we find out.
They're taking it to the roadhouse through the mire.
Yeah, it's the Mire of Dead Men is directly north of Waterdeep, in between Neverwinter and Waterdeep.
A few miles though, isn't it? It's like a journey.
It's about 10 days on foot.
Yeah. Okay.
That was mire of what? Sorry,
Dead
Mire of
Men.
the- Yeah.
mire of dead men. Cool.
Never in D&D is it the pond of loving brotherhood.
Right. No, it's never
No.
that simple. It's never that.
If you
Dream of
follow
Hugging Kid.
Lathander, though, like you do
Yeah.
find those places.
Yeah. You just got to know where to look.
You find Francine instead of Achechomche, who's trying to kill you. I don't know. I just made weird noises.
It's really impressive.
I mean, you could get murdered in an alley, or an old lady could
Yeah.
tell you that you're going to save the world.
One or the other. It's pretty much the two ends of the spectrum, I feel like.
I picked number one.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Francine's kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'd stick with Francine. What's do they have? Does Karnan have any more information?
So right now, so there were rumors that they followed that a half black dragon was going north on the old road towards Neverwinter, but that road had been broken down because every time the mire flooded, the road got destroyed. And you guys would both actually know that Neverwinter is currently being rebuilt. There's Lord Neverember, who is living in Neverwinter, who is really building it, but it was first destroyed when Mount Hotnow erupted. The old road travels through the Mire of Dead Men, and they are currently funding all of the money to reconstruct the road. No one's really sure where he's getting all that money from, though. They've never heard Lord Neverember before. He just kind of showed up out of nowhere. Neverwinter right now is currently a ghost town, ruins and nothing more, and they're rebuilding it completely.
And it's next to a volcano.
The volcano's up a ways, but it's close enough to cause a problem.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem to be erupting soon. And then the roadhouse, it's the Karnath Roadhouse. Why did I pick that name? God damn it. Is an old, basically like almost a hotel that was in between Waterdeep and Neverwinter. It's a very large inn. But it is being repaired because new travelers are coming through, everything's being done, and outside of that is a work camp. And that is where Karnan believes that the cultists are funneling their little loot from the warehouse here in Waterdeep to the work camp by the roadhouse, but he doesn't know where the trail leads after that.
Okay, that was
Right.
a lot of information. Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
Like 20 years worth of work condensed in like one night.
I'm gonna let that go.
Oh, but
Man, I wonder how Gorik would react if the cult captured his wife.
Yeah, no. Be wild.
Oh, well, I'll tell you how he would act. Murderously.
Um,
Don't you dare.
Well, thank you, Karnan. That's a lot of information. We should make a move on them in a few days. Until then, uh,
Cass. And Kester turns around and goes, the thing on the door. And Kester like spaz moment, like, oh yeah. And he turns around and he grabs this like wooden box. And he presents it and he's like, it was on the doorstep. Girl dropped it off and took off running. I didn't see her. Car saw her, but and it's a nice ornate wooden box with a gauntlet inscribed on the top of it.
Oh.
You can make a wisdom check real quick.
I'm pretty sure I know, but I'm making a wisdom check. Wait, just straight wisdom?
Yeah.
30-20.
Okay. It's almost the exact same as Vroom's,
Okay.
the one that was on his chest plate. So
Is it helm?
Gauntlet.
gauntlet. It's the order of the gauntlet.
No. Gauntlet of helm was the question.
Oh,
That's
Sorry.
confusing.
Yeah,
I just heard the term gauntlet, and
I
I
was
was
just curious. I'm sorry.
What?
I felt
Above board. The
My
gauntlet of,
brain.
Before anyone touched it again, Kester, Karnan, or Ren, do either of you have a way of figuring out if something is magically trapped?
Oh, Kess probably wouldn't have even.
I was
brought
about to
it
say
in.
Kester probably starts laughing.
Rin
I
said,
just-
yeah, no. So
Just
that's
making
the
sure,
the
dude.
reaction that you receive. Yes.
We wouldn't have
Got
brought it
Dicks
inside.
about it, and I open it.
Inside, seated inside a nice velvet inlaid like purple, and it's very cushy. There's a little like wrapped pouch, little wrapped package, and another strip of purple velvet.
Pretty sure we know what this is, Rin, and I'll undo it all.
Yep,
I
it's
think
a
that's it.
giant ass motherfucking ruby.
Oh wow, that's more money than I've ever seen in my life.
Even Karnan was like, shit.
Cool. I'll push that away from in front of me and pull out the book. I got some reading to do.
Rin's probably drooling a little bit, but like needs to like snap out of it.
Karnan immediately, or Kester immediately like picks it up and like starts looking at the facets. He's like,
Yeah.
roll an investigation check to see how much information you absorb from the Book of Tiamat.
Can I?
17.
Okay. The Book of Tiamat that you're reading over is almost a Bible.
Jesus.
It involves
Fantastic.
the way of Tiamat. It talks about her untimely fall and just all of the treatment she does not deserve and should not have to endure, trapped in the 9th realm of hell. It's got teachings of Tiamat. Dragons are best, go team. It is a book full of its depictions of different dragons. It's got stories of how each type was formed, that the spirit of Tiamat gave birth to fire in the form of the red dragon. She captured lightning and turned it into the blue dragon. It goes through all the different colors, and gave them every element she could find, gave them a proper body. It talks about snow for the white dragons, etc., etc. It talks about how she raised the most honorable beasts that should inherit the land. Talks about that
Does
there
it-
is a way to pull her to this plane. As you go deeper into the book, if you get into the nitty gritty of it towards the back, it actually starts talking about rituals to contact Tiamat, rituals to figure out what she wants you to do. There is a ritual that you find that is a way to pull the consciousness of Tiamat into the plane before pulling the physical form, as if you have to pull the anchor before you can pull the physical form of her from the 9th realm of hell. And to do that, you need a conduit, which is a humanoid body. You must find someone capable of holding the magic that Tiamat is capable of. Have fun with the writing this session.
Yeah, I'm already on page 2. Must be able to hold Tiamat's magic. You didn't say no, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
it must be
yeah.
the best.
Yes,
That's
I thought
fine.
you were like confirming as you. I thought you were just like
it
telling.
was. I didn't know if
Yes.
just like the split second went by and I didn't know if you worded it differently that would make it mean something else. I would like to one, copy the ritual that you said that would let you find out what she wants you to do.
Contact.
And one to contact her. One of each.
Okay.
Because you said there was multiple, but yes. And does it talk at all about how she was removed from this plane?
It talks about the injustice she suffered at the other hands of the gods. It talks about the blasphemous Bahamut that sent her to the 9th realm of hell and trapped her there.
Way to be, Big B. Sorry.
Pick him up.
He would kill us in like a heartbeat for no reason,
Oh,
too.
absolutely. I mean, he's a lawful good character, so maybe not. I mean, kind of depends.
It'd be like ants to you.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well,
I mean,
Bummer.
do you have to kill him? I might.
I just, even on accident. I might sneeze. Allergy season.
I feel sorry for you. I don't even think about you.
Right.
By
Um,
the way, super brutal response.
okay. All right. And the dragon book.
And next.
Roll investigation.
I'm not done writing. I'm sorry.
By the way, Kester has come over your shoulder and is reading it behind you.
I don't care.
Um,
I actually
no,
would
just
prefer
stating.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to find anything that you did
It
not.
was how Bahamut
Cast her to the 9th realm of hell.
cast. Okay.
That they were engaged in a mighty war before he underhandedly
Oh,
cast her out.
Page 3. Okay, investigation. Can I say this is with Kester or Rin's help?
Either or, your choice.
I would love to try to provide advantage if that's what he's asking.
Yeah, I just want advantage because I have a -1. That's a 10 and a 12, so 11.
So it does give you the basic breakdown. It's almost a biology kind of study of dragons. The fact that blue dragons shoot lightning, red dragons shoot fire, black dragons shoot acid, yellow dragons shoot
I'm pretty sure.
ice,
What?
and green. What's green?
Wait, what?
green is acid.
Green is
No,
acid.
black is acid.
Black
Yeah.
is acid.
Green
Green
is
is poison.
poison.
Green is
Poison.
Hello? What are you?
Is there's a yellow dragon?
Technically, but not in 5e. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, this unlocks your basic meta knowledge about dragons.
Right.
That's why I wasn't writing anything.
It basically states the terrain they're typically in, how they impact the environment around them,
Okay.
and
Oh. They have it
Which
on
ones
5e?
are
Yeah.
Oh, did they update it?
Which ones aren't?
That's
I
cool.
was
think
that?
it's an Asian style dragon.
It's
Which
a
ones
burrower.
are okay and which ones aren't?
none of the chromatics are good.
Yeah, that's
They
Cool.
are all assholes.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're not chromatic though. The yellow
and I
dragons.
imagine that actually
Technically,
takes
Yeah,
a
they are. Wow.
better
They're-
part of the night. Sriracha
Yeah.
is not the fastest reader.
Yeah, they're weird. They're like a neutrality. Anyway,
As you're talking about it, Kester and Karnan start like recanting things and kind of laughing about it. You're like, not all dragons are bad though.
Yeah.
You know. And he
Wait, what do you
kinda-
mean?
He laughs and he looks at Red and he's like, "Do you know that your mom's best friend was a red dragon?"
What?
Excuse me.
They're not. They're not all bad. Okay, they're not all bad.
Okay.
It was a different continent, so I don't know if they're like that here. But I wouldn't try to be friends with one.
Okay. I would love more context, but I've been reading for hours and I must sleep now.
Sriracha is done taking notes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Little side note: yellow is radiant.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
radiant breath.
That's not the yellow dragon I'm familiar with.
Aren't they also like basically just giant like lizards that live in the desert?
Brown dragons are that way.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
getting off topic. This is a
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. Back to non-meta knowledge.
Well, we are sleeping right now.
We're
Anyway.
probably gonna end the episode shortly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do want to check with Cass really quick if he got a chance to look at that bow while we were out.
So yes,
There was also whatever project he was working on.
Castor just kind of like gets a little like excited and goes straight up to your room. He's expecting you to follow him.
Right.
So he like without hesitation picks up your bow, the sinew,
Right.
bad
Nasty
smelling,
last thing.
nasty bow. And
Yeah.
he goes, "Listen, looks are deceiving." And he like taunts the thing a little bit. He goes, it's a good one. And he like tries to hand it to you like forcefully.
I take it.
And he goes, it's gonna be creepy, but study it. It's made from the dead so it can fight the dead. This bow is made to take out bad things.
Interesting. Okay.
But
I have this vision in my head of this bow. It probably doesn't do this, but after you fire it, it summons a skeleton named Bob that just shows up and is like, "Hey,
It probably doesn't do that. You're absolutely right.
Bob." That's what I want it to do. Bob doesn't do anything. He's
Just
not
Bob the
special.
skeleton. He's just hanging out.
Disappears 10 minutes later.
Fights dead stuff.
you will have to attune to it to learn all of the mechanics of it, but Kester does assure you that it is a good bow for you. And then he presents you with a gold coin. It's just a typical gold coin, but it's got the outside of the gold coin is inlaid with crystals. Anyways, we took apart one of your mom's crystals, and we figured out how to make a sending message that doesn't go away. I've got one. Your dad's got one. You got one.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll take that off him. How does it work? Do you just like talk
He,
to
like,
it?
he
Or,
gets all excited and proud of himself and like runs out of the room and like downstairs, and then you can hear out of the coin. Can you hear me?
Are you on the right channel?
Can you hear me?
It's
Rin,
a walkie-talkie.
Yes, I can hear you.
it doesn't matter how far away you are.
You gotta say over.
Roger that. Over.
And then you hear Karnan's voice kind of annoyed. He goes, "Don't worry, you can shut it off.
Thank God.
Appreciate the heads up.
Doesn't really help for sneaking around."
We Sagans need to be good at that.
You
We're
hear
gonna dodge
Kester's
it one day.
You hear Kester's feet come back up the stairs. He's like, "Yeah, it took me all day to figure it out, but I figured it out."
That's incredible. I appreciate it. This is more than I could have asked for.
Yeah.
He gets a little like abashed for a second. And he goes, "Well, it's not more than you deserve, though. So, you know."
Cass,
I wouldn't be who I am if it weren't for you. This coin is just another one on the pile of coins that you've given me, metaphorically speaking. You understand that this isn't what defines you, right? This isn't the most or least you could offer.
He like shifts himself a little bit, puts his hands on his hips. He's just like, yeah, I know. Reaches in his sleeve real quick and he grabs a book. He's like, I found the book too. Yeah, I know. Yeah. We don't have to worry about mail anymore. It's fine.
I'll make sure to let you know how my studies are going.
Yeah, your studies.
I knew I couldn't pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah. Why'd you write a letter?
Guess I just wanted to see what you would do.
Oh.
Part of me
kinda-
wanted to believe that I was better than that. but-
Kind of went down the crapper when your dad showed up. So, change of plans.
Yeah, can't say I was expecting that one.
I don't think any of us were.
That's life, isn't it?
You see him like kind of put his hand over the coin. Like, you all right with all this? How you feeling?
He hasn't replaced you.
No, never. That could never
Oh.
happen.
Just as long as you understand that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, I'm gonna need time to process, but he's alive. Yeah, I mean, you weren't lying.
I
and-
never lied to you. Well, unless I had to. But you know now, it was to keep your
That's,
nose out of some dangerous waters.
Unfortunately, I think my nose belongs in them. That's what we're talking about, isn't it?
Seems to be the case now. We had hope. You know, we had hope.
I still do. I think that what I said yesterday isn't. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to Karnan. It's not fair to you. I'm not a murderer. No one sent me on this life that we've chosen is a complicated one. I feel like one that you would know a lot better than I do. But it's we kind of are the ones that create hope, right?
He gets
That-
a little more lighthearted now, and he tries to like shake it up a little bit. And you see, he was kind of getting down on himself, but he's trying to pull it back. And he's like, "Listen, if I ever let one of your little tantrums get to my heart,
You'd have another
I-
thing coming if you took me seriously that way.
I know you better than that. Get some sleep. We got more research to do in the morning."
Yeah. I'll see you bright and early.
Kester walks out of the room without saying anything, and then a couple of minutes later, from your coin, you hear, "Good night."
Love you, Cass.
Okay. Back to the fire. Are you guys going to sleep?
We've been asleep.
Oh yeah, we're asleep.
Just double
Mhm.
checking. You
Yeah.
got
I'm
eggs. I know you like to touch your eggs.
In fact, maybe I'll do that before I sleep. Yes.
Touch
Yes,
your eggs.
Austin. That is correct, Austin.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna I mean, he's out, everyone's safe, everyone's
Yeah.
good. Or we have people watching for us. I'm just gonna sleep.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's a safe place to end it tonight then.
Yeah.
Everybody's happy and in a safe bed. It's
That's
weird.
absolutely ridiculous.
For now.
Yeah, yeah. Wait
No,
until next session.
Don't worry. I got
It's
this.
never
Until next
that
time.
easy.
Yeah. No, we're gonna get fucked up next time.
All right, my friend. Side offs.
Mm-hmm.
I am Austin or Doomfish. Actually, yeah, I need to plug that now. I am finally back to streaming. You can find me there. Right now we are going through Outlast 2.
Oh, I
Thanks
don't
to
have
the
an answer yet.
wonderful Skylar Wade, who is here as well. He is the one that made that possible. But yeah, It's really scary, and I've only played it for like literally an hour. I had to stop. I don't think I'll be playing it tomorrow, but Monday night I should be back to streaming that if you want to watch me get scared out of my mind.
Did you
Thank
link yourself in chat?
Yes, I did.
He did.
Cool. I can't see chat, so.
I'm there. Next.
Salty Captain K.
Sure. Salty Captain K, Salty Captain Chaos. Various places. Always here to support my fam here. I'm very excited about Austin streaming, so I'll be in the chats. Feel free to come on and say hi. Honestly, thank you for being here, and it's awesome to be back.
Definitely. It feels nice to be
Yes.
back.
Oh yes, dude. No D&D for 2 weeks.
And
killed
that's
me.
rough.
It
I can't do that.
killed me.
Never again.
Even my other games had the same break period too, just
Oh,
separately.
rough.
Yeah. So it's like 3 weeks without D&D.
Um,
Need that shit. Okay. It's
It's
inappropriate.
not wrong.
real quick, I will. Sorry to cut in. I just
No.
posted my Twitter and chat as well. I will be posting updates there for when I go live, or when I am not going live, for that matter.
By the way, he's only 8 follows away from getting affiliate.
I am
Yeah.
5,
5.
away from.
Oh,
getting-
I need to go follow you.
yeah.
unless my other stats are telling me different. But dashboard says 5.
Gotta get that affiliate.
Yes, I'm very excited for that. Anyway, sorry. Keep going.
I'm done. That was it.
Okay.
I'm super excited for my dragon eggs. I just like to.
Yes, dude. I'm so ready for
I
this.
just want to get that out there. My
Definitely.
babies.
I guess I'll go next. I am now playing Reynard.
Sure is.
Was formerly playing Ramsey. And so we felt like the game needed a little bit of a change of pace. So I brought in a character that we had used on a previous campaign. And
He's a little more fun.
Yeah.
a
A
little
little
bit more fun.
happy.
A little more lighthearted. Definitely
more
lighthearted compared to Ramsey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's a
to the
bit
rest
more-
of us even.
You notice he's a bit more fleshed out. So I'm going to be RPing like 99% of the time.
Yes, we're
Okay.
all RPing more. It feels so
So-
Yeah,
good.
it feels
is
great. Yeah.
But you can find me at Roland, by the way, if you didn't know the name. Rider Roadbook, RIDER ROADBOOK, and on all the things.
Aren't you going to start
Twitter
doing a
is,
thing soon?
And
Maybe,
I am going to
maybe.
start streaming soon, mostly creative. I'm going to start making stuff. I'm thinking that I'm going to try to do my first project as a kuksa, which is a traditional Scandinavian mug. I still have to get a camera set up and figure out how my whole like setup is going to be. But yeah, watch me do some woodworking and then do some prop building. But I built all of KDC's props.
I actually have a
that-
shield right here.
Yeah.
Yes, you can
range.
show off the shield.
The swords are
Uh,
actually on the wall because we're nerds like that, but I do have the shield yet
Mm.
because the shield won't stay.
Show the
uh,
back.
that-
Show the back.
I will. It's balsa wood.
It's wood, but you can't tell it's balsa wood because it looks like an aged
I
wood.
only know that it's balsa wood because it sounds like salsa wood.
Yep.
But it's
But,
also very lightweight because
And we're
it's-
all going to be streaming at the
Yeah.
exact same time, so you have to pick which one you want to
Yeah,
watch.
you get to
It was
choose.
the
It's
battle.
an ultimatum.
But yeah, I'm gonna start
Very nice.
streaming. I'll post on it. I'll invade other people's chats and say, hey, I'm streaming now. Come watch me instead. I'm
Don't
just kidding.
fu-
I would
oh,
never do
I was
that.
like, don't
Don't
you
ever do that.
dare!
As soon as he said, I'm going to go into other people's chats,
Yeah,
I knew
there's
he
no
was
way.
going on a joke.
There's no way.
I was like,
Don't
we're
ever
getting
do that.
divorced.
Nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, for real.
no.
But yeah, you can follow me on all the places, and of course, every day here or every Friday at 7 here.
Every day.
Can we do it every day?
Skler, I wish we could.
Yeah, for the first time in 17 episodes, I'm actually going to be promoting something today. I just this last week had some really phenomenal art for Rin done
Hype.
by
You can
a
plug
user
that link
on
if you
Reddit.
want.
Yeah, I'm going to drop the link in chat. He was
now.
done by a phenomenally talented artist, the username of Varbus, and I'm just super happy with it. So I'm going to promote that, and I'm also going to promote it in the Fight or Die subreddit. So while you're there, you might as well just hit the subscribe
Is
button
that
so you keep up if
Barbas
we
the
ever post
artist?
anything. Yeah, yeah. And it is, I'm super happy with it. I think if there's any mind's eye that needed to be had, that's pretty well captured. So that said, I'm Skylar. I play Rin here. I don't have any fancy names as always, but
Oh my god, it looks so much better on my computer.
oh, it looks phenomenal. I'm ecstatic with the work. The amount of detail that he got into. He added my little mouse poking out of the pouch that I described and everything.
the arrowheads, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not-
fantastic. I love it.
I'm
Yes,
not gonna
it
put
is an
that
excellent
link
piece.
on the YouTube video, so y'all have to go to our subreddit to find it.
There you go. So yes, if you get the chance to check it out, even if you don't care about my character whatsoever, just the tremendous amount of detail that he got into with this artwork is worth the view. So that said, I'm going to stop taking up time in the spotlight, and I'm Skylar.
Crazy.
I am Katie Sue. Katie Sue on Twitch, Katie Sue _ TW on Twitter, _IG on Instagram, _R on Reddit. We have all of our VODs backed up on YouTube. I'm sorry, couldn't talk, couldn't think. I will